Make it a playoff run to remember with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FNH. That's code FNH for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles. Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Tuesday afternoon.
Mason, Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go, Tuesday, May 6th edition of the Hall of Famers. Steve Mason, John Ireland, or as we also call Mace, Dr. Mace.
I would love a doctorate. I don't know what I would do different, but it would make me sound. Dr. Steve Mason sounds really good. Dr. Mace?
Mace, I'll play doctor with you anytime you want.
No,
meanwhile, how about those Nuggets and Knicks playing doctor with our emotions last night? We'll talk NBA playoffs. Plus, we'll throw in some Dodgers baseball, Lakers offseason, and whatever else we can find to entertain you on this Tuesday afternoon. A little gloomy outside.
Hey, Dr. Mace.
If I was ever given a doctorate, I would insist on people referring to me as doctor.
Oh, me too.
Well, we'll brighten up your day right now. Let's do it. Plus, Funches is in for producer Laura. And Funches always spices things up, doesn't he? Let's do it. The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland, your Tuesday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon. Dr. Mace and Dr. Ireland. I'm hearing something behind. That's all right. That's all right. Whatever. Hey, what's up? We promised to be entertaining today. There's a ton of stuff going on.
Promise to you.
I guarantee that we will be entertaining today.
Guarantee.
So, Ireland, what's happening in the world? Morales said it's a little gloomy outside. I drove through some mist on my way to work this morning.
I picked golf this morning, got it all in.
Was it raining at all? Was there no?
Nope.
Good.
Got it all in. Was good. And overcast is good sports weather. Good at be outside weather.
Sure,
it all
sure.
kind of works.
All right, so Dodgers win last night in Miami 7-4. The big revelation of the night, I mentioned yesterday on the show, John. I texted last night. Bottom three in the Dodger lineup over the weekend was 1 for 31 last night, thanks to Ha-Seong Kim especially. They were 5
just
of
play
12.
That guy.
They should absolutely
that guy makes
play
things
that
happen.
guy. He was terrific. He had his first hit in the 5th inning. He had his first RBI in the 6th inning. He came home on a Shohei Ohtani home run, batting 9th. That's 2 stolen bases in 2 games. Man, he is fast. I don't know how you would. And by the way, we're waiting for news on Teoscar Hernandez, but I thought it was a little ominous last night when Dave Roberts, let me find the exact quote. Dave Roberts said, he's a guy that just doesn't come out by way of injury. That's concerning given the person. So there was some talk last night about what that might be. If he does need to spend time on the injured list, we don't know yet, but I would imagine Chris Taylor moves out to the outfield.
Really?
I would think. Right, he's the guy. He's your in-house option.
More than Kike?
Yeah. No, Kike can play there too. By the way, the guy who I would really like to see in there is this guy at AAA right now named Estuary Ruiz.
But he's not up.
He's
right?
not up. Although
Okay.
Dave Roberts said last night he was going to add somebody to the taxi
I look
squad.
at Chris Taylor, and nothing against Chris. He seems like a great guy, but he just isn't any good anymore.
Yeah, no, he's not any good.
I would look at him as just in case of emergency break glass.
Well,
he's almost like Clayton Kershaw on the pitching staff. I'd play almost everybody before I'd play Taylor.
I guess you could move Pages to right, play Kike in left. That's probably a way to do it. Let me just tell you a little about Estuary Ruiz. He stole 67 bases for the A's 2 years ago.
Okay.
He's got 15.
How'd the Dodgers get him?
He batted 200 last year. A's cut him. He is at Oklahoma City. He's already got 15 stolen bases. So he's an interesting option for the Dodgers if the injured list is where Teoscar is going to wind up. Otherwise, the other guy would be James Ottman, who's down there too. But somebody, if he goes on the injured list, somebody's going to come up. I think the idea of another base stealer could be really, really interesting because Hae-Sung Kim he can motor. You watched him last night, Brian.
Oh, he looks like a nice little spark plug.
Well, he
especially at
does.
the bottom of the order.
Whenever Shohei wants to start stealing bases again, he can. I
Right.
mean, he stole 50 last year,
Sure.
so that adds you another option. They're just so deep.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Hernandez goes down. There's not anybody on this team, including Shohei, that if he went down, I would say, okay, Dodger season's over.
Oh yeah, no, there's not certainly
too deep.
There's certainly not. They would miss Teoscar because he leads Major League Baseball in RBIs, tied with Aaron Judge, and he's got like a 937 OPS. I mean, he's been tearing it up. I would imagine you got to move Will Smith into the cleanup spot if Teoscar Hernandez does go to the injured list. But we will wait and see. And the moment we've got news on it, we will make sure you get it. In the meantime, John, I think I am curious about the Padres, who are almost just as good as the Dodgers.
Well, they went through a slump, but now they won, 6 in a row?
Yeah, I mean, they're a half game behind the Dodgers in the National League West. They've been very, very good. Now, I do think they're going to be a playoff team. I can't imagine they're going to be able to keep up with the Dodgers, but they've been pretty good. San Francisco also been pretty good. So
It's the best division in baseball.
Yeah, easily. So it'll be an interesting race down the stretch. Hey, I want to mention this Saturday, it's officially going down. Cappy, Travis, and Morales calling Metro Little League live from the Lake Center Athletic Park in Santa Fe Springs. First pitch at noon. That's this Saturday, May the 10th. Classic Little League on our YouTube channel, ESPN LA Style. That was part of our CHP, Children's Hospital Los Angeles, CHLA. Fundraiser that we did a couple of weeks ago, the big auction. So congratulations. That should be fun in Santa Fe Springs on Saturday. All right, John, coming up, I actually think this is interesting. I had a bunch of stuff on it. You got a bunch of stuff on it. It's a famous piece of music. Everybody knows this, right? Does everybody know this song? We'll talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about it coming up next. And by the way, NBC also using some AI.
Yeah, this is a little weird.
We'll do it coming up. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Looking for all things black and gold? Tap into LAFC Plus. Hosted by Dave Denholm and Mario.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Podcast and on the ESPN LA app.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, commissions, open houses, or costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, "Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free." Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Just as every point matters, every detail counts.
in our meticulously crafted vehicles. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Welcome to Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the #1 Cadillac dealer in the Western region for the 3rd year in a row. Come and check out the incredible selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today at our showroom, 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, and at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Right now, the Home Depot has spring deals under $20. So no matter what you're working on, the deals are blooming at the Home Depot with savings on plants, flowers, soil, and more. Then light up your outdoor space with Hampton Bay string lights. Was $34.97, now only $19.99. And get the grill going with 2 16-pound bags of Kingsford charcoal. Was $19.98, now only $17.88. Don't miss spring deals under $20 now through May 7th at the Home Depot. Subject to availability, valid on select items only.
Mother's Day is this Sunday. There's still time to show the incredible moms in your life how much you love and appreciate them with a thoughtful gift from Pro Flowers. Ordering takes just a few minutes, and Pro Flowers' large selection of modern arrangements at affordable prices are sure to make you look like a gift-giving pro. So visit proflowers.com/sports or use code SPORTS at checkout for $15 off your Mother's Day order. All Pro Flowers orders are backed by our 7-day freshness guarantee, so you can gift easy with Pro Flowers.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Tuesday afternoon. As I like to say, it feels good to be a P1 of the biggest show on the radio, doesn't it? Mason and Ireland continues right now on 710 ESPN and on the all-new ESPN LA app.
So, Ireland, yesterday we talked about this. I had 27,722 emails.
What'd you do about them?
I now have 24,000.
Well, you're making progress.
819 emails.
Yeah.
I do not. I have the sloppiest email box in the world. I've been unsubscribing from every single thing I possibly can, and still more crap comes in. Funch, you've got the same problem,
the same
right?
thing. I feel like I need that Target ad from 2015 still in my email box.
You can also make your filters more strict.
Can you?
In other words.
But it's stuff that we signed up for, right? Accidentally over the years.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to...
Stuff you buy and then they send you the letter or whatever.
My whole computer is out of disk space. So I went back, I deleted videos yesterday. I deleted as much as I can. So I got a little disk space now so I can keep working. But damn. By the way, I heard a promo with Cappy saying that he was driving back to South or dropping Chris Morales off, and he says, I wasn't texting, I was just looking at Instagram. Are you kidding me?
Isn't
you were
that
just
worse?
looking at Instagram? That is actually worse, Cappy. We'll have to ask him about it. All right, so there's a famous theme. John, I didn't realize it's been as long as it has since NBA had the NBA.
Yeah, I think it's been almost
NBC.
25 years.
Yeah. So here is the famous song, the theme song they use. It's called Round Ball Rock. So this piece of music is making a comeback. It was written by, did everybody know this? You know, John.
Ended after the 2001-2002 season. John Tesh is the answer you're looking
exactly
for.
Entertainment Tonight, right?
Yeah, hosted Entertainment Tonight for years. Great composer and stuff. Here he is describing how he wrote Round Ball Rock.
Back on NBC, Round Ball Rock is coming back. I would like to start at the beginning.
I got this theme idea in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I called my answering machine, which was in New York at the time. I have the answering machine. Here's the answering machine message.
This is a message for me about the NBA theme. Here's an idea. It goes like this.
Wow.
And he saved it.
He saved
it.
it.
It was basically just, I just took the answering machine and just went, And then just, it's the second section, which is.
And there it is. So he just left himself a message. Hey, da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Wow, that's
Do you
fascinating.
ever leave yourself a message?
No, but I might start.
Yeah, I know. I use voice memos. Do you ever use voice memos?
No, I told you the only person I know that uses those is Kurt Sandoval.
Kurt Sandoval
They'll
does?
send me voice memos every once in a while.
Well, wait, those are voice memos. Do you ever leave a message to yourself?
No.
Do you keep a running tab of notes.
Yes.
So I keep that on my phone in my notes section. You, I imagine, stick stuff in your email?
Yeah, no, notes.
Oh, do you use the notes?
Yeah, like when I have a bunch of stuff. Like, oh, here, what's this? All right, I've got some.
I see. I got some
car
weird stuff.
insurance.
Okay, that's stuff
Idaho
to do.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Garage codes. Yeah.
Okay, so I got one. It's peppercini versus jalapeno. Now, we ordered pizza over the weekend.
Okay.
And they did not have pepperoncinis. But they did have jalapenos. And Juan and I had a discussion. He said jalapenos and pepperoncinis are the same thing. Now, they are absolutely not the same thing.
Yeah. Jalapenos are spicier than pepperoni. Pepperoni is spicy, but it's not as spicy as
right,
jalapeno.
and plus they're yellow and green or jalapenos. They have a totally different flavor. So I didn't know. So that's on my list of notes. I have got so much crap. Let's see. Mason. Oh, Beyonce. Beyonce tomorrow night.
You're going to Beyonce tomorrow night? Didn't you just see her?
I did, but this is like the country concert. This is like the
Cowboy Carter?
The hoedown, the Cowboy Carter. I saw the Renaissance tour last week. This is also on
from
there.
what I'm hearing, I'm anxious
Hey
to
guys,
see.
I have an update. Jalapeno is more spicier than pepperoni.
It is?
Yes.
Okay, thank
officially.
you. That's just in.
Mace, I'll be anxious to. Where is the concert?
SoFi.
Okay, so I've been hearing that these shows haven't been selling out.
Yes, they have not been.
I'm curious. I'll be curious how many empty seats. Pay attention to how many empty seats there are.
I will. Although they'll be high, right? So it'll be. And we're on the. I will only see that a concert from the field level, because I watched Beyonce last year from like upstairs a little bit.
Yeah.
And you can't like do your dancing and stuff. Cause I like
Are you dancing there too?
I do. I like doing dancing during shows. Like I would have danced during the Renaissance
Caucasian
tour.
Shuffle?
Exactly. That's
White man's overbite.
White man's
right.
overbite, exactly. That's what I got going on. So one other note here. Walton Goggins. Do you know who Walton Goggins? Do you know who he is?
He's going to host SNL this week.
Yes.
I know that.
Starred in White Lotus and starred in Righteous Gemstones, where he was hilarious.
Baby Billy.
And he was making a young adult show about Jesus, and he called it Teasers, which is just so friggin' funny.
And he's Teasers. He's Teasers.
He's playing Teasers, even though he's a 50-year-old man. So here's something that he's wondering about. He's saying, how do I deal with, because he went from relative obscurity to all this stuff. How do I deal with instant fame? If you were to give him advice, and obviously we've not necessarily achieved fame, but if you were to give him advice on how to deal with fame, what would you tell him?
He wants to be more inconspicuous. He wants to blend in.
Yep.
Sunglasses and a hat.
Sunglasses and a hat. That'll go a long way. Sure. That makes a difference. I wonder what it's like to wake up one day and realize everybody knows who you are. Like, I always wonder, like, those movie stars who, like, walk into Times Square and they see gigantic pictures of themselves and stuff. It's like, and sometimes it happens quickly. Sometimes it happens overnight. Like, all of a sudden you become a big star. That's kind of what it is with Walton Goggins. By the way, I think he actually advertises, Funch, you might know, he's got his own line of goggles.
Yeah, but and
really,
yeah, and
Goggins goggles.
Yeah, and the line is, if they're not Goggins, they don't belong on your noggin.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
there you go. So
and there's a company that's doing his marketing, and they focus on his goggles for the marketing, and so he's got a lot of free advertising.
All right. So the other thing about Round Ball Rock, we're kind of jumping around here. Round Ball Rock, they used a voice announcer years ago. Named Jim Fagan. And here's a little clip, what I could find of Jim Fagan talking when he was on NBC back in the day.
The 1992 NBA Finals. Tonight, Game 2 between the Portland Trailblazers and the Chicago Bulls.
Okay, so there you got that. Now, NBC has used AI to recreate Jim Fagan.
The NBA on NBC is back. See you this October for the NBA season tip-off.
So was it necessary to recreate Jim Fagan using AI to do the announcing for the NBA now on NBC?
Is his estate being paid for this?
Yes, everybody's happy.
He's dead.
He's dead, but
Okay.
his estate is all taken care of. Yeah, he's dead. Now, does it make sense to use AI to create him?
No. It's a very slippery slope. This is something where you clearly could hire a modern day announcer.
Sure.
Like who was I'm gonna get this wrong, but for 40 years, the voice of SNL was a guy named Don Pardo.
Don Pardo, sure.
And he died, and they very easily could use AI.
Yep.
And you know what they did? They went out and got Daryl Hammond to do it.
Yeah.
When Derek Jeter, the PA announcer at Yankee Stadium was a guy named Bob Shepard.
Right.
When Bob Shepard passed away, he still announced Derek Jeter to the end of Jeter's career.
For Jeter, yeah.
Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
Jeter, number 2.
Yeah.
And so I thought
But that wasn't AI. That was actually using an old recording.
Right. I think this is an example of AI overreach with this guy. Why not just hire a modern-day announcer?
That's what I would do, hire a modern-day announcer. I don't understand why you need to recreate a guy from the 80s and the 90s
It's
to
almost
do this
like
job.
remember the Beatles came out with a new song last year that had Lennon and McCartney on it?
that's
got
right.
nominated for a Grammy. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird.
That was using, and that was using John Lennon's actual voice,
Right.
and it was still weird the way they put it together. There it is. I forget, what's the song called, Brian?
Now and Then.
Now and Then, yeah.
Yeah. Now he's dead. Then he was alive. So they shouldn't make any more songs called Now and Then.
So this can be taken to extremes, John.
Well, this is why we had that big strike in Hollywood last year.
Yeah,
like
AI.
2 years ago, because nobody could decide what to do with AI. Like, Val Kilmer in Top Gun Maverick. That was AI.
Yes.
Because he couldn't talk. But
now I thought that was an okay use of AI, so he could be
because
part
we
of the movie.
all knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
There's going to be times where we don't know. I mean, somebody sends me an AI drop once a week that is so real. Like somebody sent me one the other day of Bill Belichick doing a press conference. It wasn't him, but it was
Right.
AI, and him just MFing everybody
Yeah.
over this Jordan Hudson stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so believable and sounds so much like him. It's only a matter of time before somebody does it to us or does it to someone else.
Sure.
I mean,
yeah.
it's
not trying to give you any ideas, but
no, but I mean,
No.
it's just it's a very slippery slope. I don't like what NBC's doing there.
Right. Yeah, I don't either. I think you can live without that. All right, so last night the next round of the playoffs got started, and the road
Actually
teams
started 2 nights ago, and Cleveland lost to Indiana.
Right,
And then last night, the road teams won again. 3 straight upsets in the second round. Road teams won all 3.
The most staggering number from last night to me is the Celtics missed 45 threes.
And the Lakers
45 threes missed.
Lakers fell into this trap in the fourth quarter of that Minnesota series. They stopped taking the ball to the basket. That's what the Celtics did last night. Jaylen Brown was 0 for 11 from 3, and he never put his head down and went to the basket.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems to me they forgot that you can still go to the basket if you want to. These analytics have everybody thinking, well, 3's more than 2. We got to shoot 3s. Not if you're missing 45 of 60.
And
that
yet,
allowed the Knicks to get back in the game.
And yet, I will take the Celtics in 5. I don't think they're going to miss that many threes again.
They're not going to win in 5. They're going to win, I think, but it's going to be in 6 or 7.
You think so?
The Knicks will win a home game. Yeah, I think so.
I think Boston can be. And
Porzingis is hurt. Jaylen Brown's not right.
Yeah, Tatum is banged up. I mean, they got a bunch of stuff going on there. So maybe you're right. I just think there's no way they're going to miss 45 threes in a game again.
I was very surprised Denver beat OKC. I thought OKC was going to drop, just kill them, and they didn't. And Denver, good for them, man. This Adelman hire, this David Adelman, who, they fired Michael Malone with a week to go in the season.
Yep.
Everybody thought, well, the Nuggets are out this year, and they seem to be responding to this guy. I think he might get the permanent job now.
Jokic, 42 points, 22 rebounds.
Yeah, he obviously doesn't mind the new coach.
No, he's doing fine. All right, coming up next for you, going to spin the wheel of questions. Big Tuesday, Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world. 710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Harry Douglas here. La Quinta by Wyndham is deeply grateful for all our military members, veterans, and their families. We understand the dedication, sacrifice, and hard work that comes with serving our country. As a thank you, we offer 12% off our standard rates, upgraded Wyndham Rewards Gold Status membership, and preferred parking. We want to make your stays as comfortable and rewarding as possible, and we're proud to serve those who serve. Tonight, La Quinta, tomorrow you shine. Visit LQ.com to learn more about our special military perks and discounts. Restrictions apply.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
All right, we just got news. Teoscar Hernandez of the Dodgers, as we talked about a little while ago, is going to the injured list, and they've called up James Outman, who, of course, had a really strong rookie year for the Dodgers a couple of years back. He can play some center field with Edman out, with Teoscar out. It's going to be kind of a hodgepodge outfield, but James Outman summoned to take Teoscar's spot on the roster. Let's spin the wheel.
Fun
That's
you
a
got.
dumbass question. So in honor of LeBron, and in addition to Pharrell being the 2025 co-chairman of the Met Gala, what award show or special event would you want to be in charge of?
In charge of?
Mace.
In charge of?
It's the Mace show for this award show or this special event.
The Mace
you do
show.
whatever you want.
Well, I love the Academy Awards.
Yeah, see, I would take the Grammys. Because
Grammys are super cool.
It is like so many diverse acts and different people and it's more fun.
Yeah,
the Grammys are more fun.
I would take the Oscars.
The Oscars are a bunch of stuffed shirts.
Although I will say, I thought that Conan O'Brien, who's coming back next year, did a really good job in the Oscars. With best Oscar host in a while. So I would say the Oscars. Funch, what about you?
I would think like some kind of festival like Coachella, and not make it
Coachella?
so like influence based or whatever, like make it about the music again and have like really, really good bands there, you know? Like, yeah. Like,
do you think Coachella doesn't have really good bands anymore?
Not like it used to.
Not like it used to
10
be.
or 15 years ago,
Okay.
no. I mean, maybe I'm out of it with music now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean.
In general, what is a better show, Coachella or Stagecoach?
Kind of a matter of taste, right?
I think it's a matter of taste.
Do you like
yeah.
country or do you like rock and alternative?
You know what I heard?
Like them all.
I've heard Stagecoach is probably a better environment to go to, and you're going to have more fun there. As talking to people that I've been to both.
Yeah, my mom wants to go to Stagecoach. I said, Mom, you cannot go to Stagecoach. Oh, Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll played Stagecoach this year. Luke Combs, Zach Bryan. So a lot of country stuff, but really good. Sammy Hagar played.
Really?
That's interesting.
Van Halen?
Yeah, from Van Halen, Lana Del Rey, some of the names from the. But my mom wants to go to see Stagecoach, and I'm like, Mom, Stagecoach is very 25,
She
35.
can't make it,
It's
dude.
like, Mom.
She's going to be standing for 12 hours that day.
Let her.
Mom in a field and
You
standing
be you,
around
Donna.
in the dirt, rooting
You
for.
want to go throw on some cowboy boots, put a hat on, and go.
Yeah. I'll tell you, if her boy Blake Shelton would have been there, I think she would have found a way to get there.
What that's what drew her to the genre.
Yeah, she loves Blake Shelton. Brian, any events you want to take over?
You know, it'd be kind of cool to host as one of these Comedy Central roasts.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like that
Those
Tom
are
Brady
so
roast or something
good.
like that. That would be a good one. I don't want to get roasted,
Who
but
would be
I'll
next to
there.
roast? Who's a
Mason
good?
and I have both been roasted. It's actually fun.
It's fun to be roasted. Although I don't know, like I went back and looked at the Bieber roast. That was pretty rough. Like some of that stuff, I don't know if it even flies anymore.
The Brady roast was fun.
The Brady roast was hilarious.
Loved it.
So the roast idea is a really good one. All right, you mentioned AI. First, I want to do this, John. This is Howard Beck talking.
Love Howard Beck.
About Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was on the Zach Lowe podcast.
On the Ringer, does Giannis ask out? If he does he have a list?
Here we go, one more time.
Does Giannis ask out? If he does he have a list? I poked around a little bit a few days ago, and the initial thing I got from one person was just like, some rumblings that it's already just the big cities. It's one of the LA teams or one of the New York teams, or maybe Miami, not big market but glamour market, mid-sized market.
One of the LA teams. All I heard was Lakers. Did anybody else hear? I heard Lakers. That was what I heard from Howard Beck. That's my takeaway.
Do you think it enters in? Okay, so he mentioned Miami, New York, LA.
Yes.
Florida has no state tax.
Sure.
Do you think that enters into a decision where a guy making that much money?
I would imagine. Although you're making so much money.
Yeah, like LeBron lived in Florida and left and went back to Ohio. I think when you're making that much money, it's less of a factor. And let me explain something. This is true for the announcers too. You get taxed for the city in which you do the games.
Right.
So it's not as big of a tax penalty as it sounds. It's still big. For example, I have to pay state taxes in California on any game I do in California. So that means all 41 Laker home games, the 2 Clipper games, the 2 Sacramento King games, the 2 Warrior games.
Right.
But when I go to Florida and do Lakers Heat, I don't have to pay state taxes on that because there's no state tax.
And you're not doing the job there.
Right.
You are doing the job
and
there.
my accountant loves me because I have to fill out like 30 W-2s.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, but it's still a lot of money.
Sure. LeBron paid, according to this, $16 million in federal taxes. Federal and state combined. That's so much money, isn't it?
Right. But
So
if
much
you're
money.
making $100 million,
Different.
you and I love living in California.
I
We'd
do.
probably pay the 16 and say, I'll take my 84 million. I could keep all 100 if I lived in Florida. I just don't want to live in Florida.
Yeah, I like California. I don't want to live in Florida. I don't want to live anywhere else. I love California. I'm not working. If I build a fancy estate, John, it's going to be in California.
Well,
as opposed to Idaho. I need a fancy estate.
One of the reasons
everybody around here has a fancy estate except me.
One of the reasons we built in Idaho was that eventually we can. I can't do it now because I'm working here so much, but eventually we can establish residency there, and it's a little bit of a tax break, but not a ton.
Yeah,
you got to. When I'm in California, I got to pay California tax.
Yeah, right. That makes sense. All right, so we mentioned AI. We mentioned Giannis. Here's some Giannis AI.
Okay.
It sounds really convincing.
Okay.
Listen.
I will be requesting to be traded this summer because I have no help on this team, and this dog shit team is absolutely cooked. Dame just tore his Achilles, and now my second option is Ayel Kuzma. Yes, I call him Ayel Kuzma because he's going to be working those aisles, stocking the shelves at Walmart after this. My preferred trade destination will be the Lakers.
There you go.
Yeah, none of that is true.
That's super convincing,
That is
though, isn't
That
it?
really sounds like him, too.
I don't think Kyle
Well, it's
Kuzma
probably
is going
his
to be
voice.
working the aisles anywhere.
Ayel Kuzma?
Ayel Kuzma. That's how dangerous
Brian-
AI is. Anybody saying anything.
Brian, did you dump that? Okay.
Yeah. Shh.
A word slipped through the
Might have
cracks
slipped
there.
through. Might have slipped through. Yeah, I don't know. I was listening.
All right. Hey, let me ask you. Yeah, obviously. Did you guys see that Rory McIlroy story I sent you this morning? All right, so let me throw this at the three of you. Okay. Rory McIlroy won the Masters last month. He went on Jimmy Fallon's show, and Jimmy says to Rory, hey, did you hear from a lot of people after you won the Masters? He goes, I can't believe how many different people I heard from. I don't even know how these people are getting my number. And he said, anything unusual? And he goes, yeah. Elton John's assistant tracked me down somehow. I don't know if it was via email or
Elton John,
text,
cool.
and said, Elton would like to schedule a call with you to congratulate you on winning the Masters.
Okay.
And Rory said, are you kidding? Of course. When does he want to do it? And the woman says, well, the problem is Elton does not own a cell phone. And
That's crazy.
I started thinking, all right, now just think of it this way.
Okay.
Do you, any of the three of you, Funch, Brian, Mace, know anyone, any person anywhere in the world over the age of 15 who does not own a cell phone? Because I do not.
I got to say, nope.
I don't. No, that would be a negative.
That is so weird.
That is.
How does Elton John survive? I mean, for years, Tommy Lasorda didn't have a cell phone,
Right.
and the Dodgers finally made him get one.
Right.
And actually, he was reluctant to use it, so they assigned an assistant to Tommy.
That's crazy.
And he was with Tommy at all times.
Yeah.
And so if they needed to find Tommy, they would call Colin, the assistant, and say, hand him the phone.
Right.
We need to talk to him.
That's crazy.
I don't know. How could you survive in the year of our Lord 2025 with no cell phone?
And we did for years, and now it's impossible to even imagine it.
Like my dad at the end, your dad, very similar.
Yeah.
Didn't know how to work his phone.
Yeah.
But he had one.
Yeah, he never figured out text.
I would leave my dad a message, and he would call me the next day, and I would say, so you got my message? He'd go, no, what are you talking about?
Do you think Elton has a landline at home?
Yes, that's exactly what he has.
Okay.
And he, by the way, lives in L.A.
Oh, okay.
So did I ever tell you this story? So Mace has heard me tell the story, but I don't think you guys have heard it. So as you guys know, my mentor in the business was the late, great Chick Hearn, who was the Laker announcer for 50 years. Nobody has ever done basketball like Chick. He was the best. So Stu Lance worked with Chick from 1987 to 2002.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everywhere Chick went, Stu went. So they're working a game in Seattle. And it was the old Fairmont Olympic Hotel, where which is a great hotel in Seattle. If you've ever watched the movie Disclosure,
oh yeah,
that's the hotel.
Okay, cool.
So there's a turnaround in the hotel, like there are in a lot of hotels, and Chick and Stu are waiting for a car to take them to the arena, and a limousine pulls up, and guy gets out of the limousine, and he says, Chick, Stu, what are you guys doing here? And Chick goes, we're working the game. And we play the Sonics tonight in a couple hours. He goes, I'm your biggest fan. I didn't even know you guys were in town. I would have tried to go to the game. And Stu says, well, I'm a very big fan of yours. And he goes, well, it's a pleasure to meet you guys. And good luck tonight. And the guy walks into the hotel. And Chick looks at Stu and says, who the hell was that?
Who was that?
And Stu goes, Chick, that was Elton John. And Chick goes, never heard of him.
He probably had like those great big glasses on. And...
Like, and that just goes to show you how singularly devoted Chick was to basketball. Had no idea who Elton John was.
So in a related question, what percentage of Americans do you think even have a landline?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, because Lisa has her biggest client is in Japan.
Okay.
So she wants a secure line to Japan.
That makes sense.
But
so you do.
But I would imagine less than 20%.
Brian, do you have a landline?
I do not.
I stopped having one 10 years ago.
Yeah, I don't have one. I don't. You're the only person I know that has one.
I'm going to say 22% of people still have landlines.
You're right there, 28%. Yeah, 28% of people. 73 rely exclusively on cell phones. Like
My mom finally got rid of her landline.
Yeah, my mom doesn't have a landline. Yeah, I mean, it's totally unnecessary now. All right. Going to do some sports graffiti here.
By the way, Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
Tweets to us. And Bob, this is an excellent idea.
Okay.
Roasting Morales would be great. Did you know he almost died?
Yeah. Oh, God.
That should be our next roast.
You know what?
A roast of Chris Morales.
Let's just roast him every Tuesday.
He's not coming in today. He's not
coming in today, but we do have live imaging roasting coming up next Tuesday. All right, this Saturday it's going down. Cappy Travis Morales. They're calling the Metro Little League live from Lake Center Athletic Park in Santa Fe Springs. First pitch at noon. That is this Saturday, May 10. Classic Little League on our YouTube channel, ESPN LA. Let's go. I read that so enthusiastically. Let's go. It's like, let's go to break. Let's go to break. No, let's go. All right. Let me ask you. By the way, phone line's open for sports graffiti.
Yeah, 877-710-ESPN. That works out to 877-710-3776. Open the phone lines, Funch, and we'll take your calls next.
All right. Let me ask you. If you were injured in a car accident, should you hire your cousin's neighbor who just graduated from law school? No. You want an experienced expert in the field.
You got a cousin that just graduated from law school? Can I have that number?
Yeah, I will give that to you, yes.
No, thanks.
He'll take good care of you. So if you're injured in a car accident of any kind, you want to call my friend Jacob, 844-24-JACOB. Since the 90s, Jacob has handled all kinds of vehicle accidents, car and truck and motorcycle, rideshare, scooter, you name it, he's handled them all. And Jacob and his team will not settle for some lowball offer from the insurance company. Plus, with Jacob, you never pay a penny out of pocket, so your car gets fixed, you see a medical specialist, they'll help you get back on track as quick as possible. And if you prefer to meet face-to-face, Jacob's team will come to you, or you can come into Jacob's office. When you want an attorney, you want one who is respected, call Jacob. He's the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember...
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Jacob, proud partner of the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC. And make sure you're following Call Jacob on Instagram and Facebook. Go to @call.jacob for great prizes, insight, and more. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
We're driving down to Anaheim. I'm going to take Chris home. And I look at my GPS and I'm like, oh man, this thing's coming up. I got to move over.
Right.
So I start making my move over, but I am like late. I'm going to miss this exit. I'm going to miss it.
And Chris is freaking out.
No, he's sound asleep.
Oh, okay.
This kid has been sound asleep for an hour and change.
Yeah. Were you listening to like a podcast or something?
I was listening to the radio. I was looking on Instagram. I mean, I'm not.
You were looking on Instagram.
I wasn't texting.
Yeah.
And then I veer over, right? And I'm like, oh no! I hit like the curb
with your tire.
So I go over the curb, and I mean, I'm sure we caught air by like 10 or 15 feet. And Chris wakes up. He's like, "Oh, what the hell?" Like he thought the car was flipping over and over and over.
Of course,
because he woke up out of a dead sleep.
Yeah, because he thought he was dead again.
Right.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap
on 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's John Ireland. Check out this true crime story. An IT manager came in on Monday, tried to log in, and couldn't. A ransom message popped up. All company data, customer files, bank info, everything was locked. If they didn't pay $250K in Bitcoin, it would all be wiped. Protect your business with Thrive, America's leading managed security provider. Start with a free cyber risk assessment at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Ticket Thursday alert. Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, Billy Strings, and Sierra Hall. All live at the Hollywood Bowl for the Outlaw Music Festival on May 16th. Tickets are on sale now, but you can win yours right here. This Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA, we're hooking up listeners with 4 pairs of tickets to see these legendary artists take the stage. Tune in Thursday for your cue to call and win. The Outlaw Music Festival, May 16th. Willie, Dylan, Billy Strings, Sierra Hall. Presented by Live Nation. Don't miss it.
Hey, John Ireland here. Laker fans, meet Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. It's a natural, healthier alternative packed with ultra-premium ingredients like organic agave, electrolytes, biotin, essential B vitamins, natural caffeine, and it's NSF Sports certified. It fights fatigue, sharpens focus, and supports your immune system so you stay locked in longer without the crash. Grab the limited edition Lakers can and rep the team in style. Pro Baller Energy. Champions choose clear energy.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
And it is 1 o'clock in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland. And it's time for Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti like we do every day at this time. Sponsored by our friends at BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. BetterHelp.com/timeout. Now let's do it. Let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti on Mason and Ireland.
Hey, how about that? A sponsor for Sports Graffiti.
We love BetterHelp. Great people. If you are in need of somebody to talk to, BetterHelp.com.
All right, here we go. DJ in Santa Clarita, you're hitting leadoff. DJ, what do you got? You're on Sports Graffiti.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I have a question for John.
Yes, sir.
Who's going to win the Minnesota Warriors series? And my mom is one of the 28%ers with the landline.
Yeah, I have
Good
one.
for her.
I tell your mom to call me on my landline. We can talk. I think Minnesota wins that series in 6. I think they're too deep for the Warriors. I'd love to see the Warriors win it because I'm a big Steph Curry fan. And I know Mike Dunleavy a little bit. I know Steve Kerr a little bit. But I think Minnesota's too deep and too athletic. And I like Minnesota in 6. Mace, what say you?
I actually like Minnesota in 6 also for a lot of the same reasons that you have. Depth, we saw it. Size, we saw it. It would be cool to see Steph continue in the playoffs because it's a great story. And I'm sure ratings bonanza, but I think Minnesota advances.
Brett in Winnetka. Hey, Brett, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, guys. I was wondering what you think of the Dodgers trading for Nolan Arenado. He's always wanted to be a Dodger. In the offseason, he actually turned down 2 opportunities to in a trade to 2 pretty good teams.
Houston was one of them, right?
He wants to be a Dodger.
Yeah.
I was just wondering what you guys would think putting a package together
Brett,
for him.
the question would be, for me, what's in the package? Nolan Arenado is clearly on the back 9 of his career. He's not the all-star that he was even 3 years ago, but he's better than what the Dodgers are doing on a lot of days at third base, especially with Muncy struggling. So, Mace, I'd be up for it as long as we didn't have to give up too much.
Yeah, I think it would make a lot of sense. Bob Nightingale says even with the Cardinals still looking to deal away Arenado, as Muncy struggles, the Dodgers have no interest in making that move right now. But it does make a ton of sense. He would be a great fit, but it sounds like the Dodgers not interested in going there, at least not yet.
Well, the asking price is probably too high for
Sure.
now. Here's Patty in Pasadena. Hey, Patty, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Yo, guys, how's it going? 20 years ago, I was in Hollywood, do-it-yourself car wash, right?
Okay.
And I locked my keys in the car, and I'm like, oh, man. So I turn around, and this guy's vacuuming his car, and I'm like, hey, man, I've just locked my keys in the car. I live right down the street. And he turns around, and it's William H. Macy. And he's like, oh, yeah, no problem. I can give you a ride to your house. And so he drives me to my place, waits for me, then drives me back to the car wash.
Wow.
And we were chatting the whole time, blah, blah, blah. So my question is, what's the most random famous person that you ran into?
That's a good question. Random famous person.
I've had a few of these, but my most embarrassing one was there used to be a restaurant in Century City called Dive.
Yep.
And I'm outside waiting for Lisa, and I'm like walking around, kind of not paying attention, and I physically bump into Steven Spielberg, who is one of the owners of Dive.
Right.
And the greatest film director of my lifetime, and I say to him, "Hey, love your restaurant."
Right.
By the way, the restaurant was terrible. I just didn't think of anything better to say. He goes, "Thanks." Kept walking.
I was at the Olympics in Rio, and I could not wait to get home, so I went to the airport, and I laid on the airport floor with my backpack behind my head.
Okay.
And this woman walks up to me and says, "How do I get to the United terminal?" And I said, "Well, aren't you Simone Biles?" And it was Simone Biles just walking around the airport, flying by herself like everybody else.
That's great.
Yeah.
Here's Don in San Dimas. Hey, Don, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, guys. Hope everybody's doing good. Listen, I just wanted to share 2 quick stories. The first is that guy talking about who you met and how random and stuff. I actually met Sylvester Stallone years ago. I was working for a company working on limousines. And when we met him, he says, "Hey, you guys like steak and lobster?" We're all, "Yeah, hell yeah." He's going to buy us lunch. And then about 10, 15 minutes later, some burgers and fries showed up. But yeah, it was all good. He was a nice guy.
Very cool.
But the other thing is, Mace, I just wanted to tell you, you cost me $25 last week because I bet a friend of mine, when you went home sick, I said, there is no way he's here tomorrow. No way. And I wanted to bet more. Thank God he only bet me $25.
Yeah.
So you're good.
To let you know,
I bounced back super fast.
The second you walked out, Bergman and I looked at each other and we went, "Who's working tomorrow?"
Oh yeah, no,
we thought there was no way.
I was always I retched one time and I was fine.
Justin in L.A. Hey, Justin, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, so I got a prediction for the Lakers center needs. Domantas Sabonis. That's him, right? That's not his dad. Yeah, Arvydas is the dad. His wife is from L.A. They got a big Jewish family in L.A. He has kids, so they're all in L.A., and I do predict he'll be on the Lakers someday.
Hey, Justin.
Kings won't trade him here, but...
Justin, did you watch Starting Five on Netflix?
I did not.
Okay, so he's in that. Domantas Sabonis is in that. He's actually married to a former Laker girl.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so hopefully his wife is...
Yeah,
hopefully his wife is working on it, but we'd have to give up a lot to
I
get
can't
him.
imagine that Sacramento wants to trade Domantas Sabonis.
Well, especially since they already traded De'Aaron
Yeah,
Fox.
that's right.
Yeah, here's TJ in L.A. Hey, TJ, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
What's going on, fellas? Can you hear me?
Yeah, gotcha, TJ.
Hey, man, I want to call, first of all. Thank you for taking my call. Good afternoon. Last night, it finally hit me. Jokic is the best player, all-around player that makes his team better since prime LeBron. Think about it. The Brody looks amazing right now. This is not the same Brody we had. You look at it, what is KCP without Jokic, without LeBron? I think if Michael Porter Jr. even leave that team, I'm scared of what happens to him because I don't think without those type of players, you can't get those shots. What I seen last night just identified him as being the MVP yet again, and unfortunately we can't give it to him because he won 3 times. But I just wanted to say, man, Jokic is, since prime LeBron, this is the best thing we've seen on television. 42 and 20? Come on, man.
So
ridiculous,
TJ, Michael Thompson says, and keep in mind, Michael played in the league. He's Clay's dad. Clay's going to the Hall of Fame. Michael says Nikola Jokic is the best passer in the history of the NBA, that there's never been a passer as good as Jokic. And Michael played with Magic Johnson.
Yeah, right.
That's how impressed people are
Before
with
you guys go, what about if we could pick up some low? I was hearing earlier, producer Emily was talking about low tier. What about if we can get a Clint Capella and maybe a Steven Adams, just something to just get some rebounds, and so so Luka could throw the ball up to somebody and just catch it.
Yeah, I think TJ, Steven Adams is the guy they should target.
And Clint Capella is a free agent, but I think he's pretty cooked.
Yeah, Steven Adams is not.
Steven Adams.
And he's exactly what the Lakers could use. So I hope they look into that. Here's Russ on the 91 freeway. Hey, Russ, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I got a question regarding both of your teams' respective draft picks in the NFL, the Rams and the Raiders. What do you guys think about the draft picks, and do you think it'll equate to some actual wins?
The Raiders, my former team now, Russ, because the Raider fans kicked me out. But I love their draft. I thought they had as good of a draft as any and I think Ashton Genty is going to be an early favorite for Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
And I don't think the best thing the Rams did was that first-round trade.
Right. They essentially, by moving out of the first round and getting another first-rounder for next year, I think they basically traded for their franchise quarterback, whoever that is going to be next year in the draft. I love Terrence Ferguson, the tight end out of Oregon. He is going to be involved almost right away in the offense. McVay talked about that. And Jaquez Hunter, the running back from Auburn, McVay talked about last week, also potentially an impact player. So, yeah, I went offense with 2 of the first 3 picks, which is so McVay.
Yeah, and I actually think that where the Rams make their hay is in the later rounds, 4th, 5th, 6th round. So look out. Here's James in Torrance. Hey, James, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, love the show. Just wanted to know, team sports are different than singular sports like tennis and golf. But have you ever known someone who was a superstar in the regular season and just disappears in the playoffs like Harden? Thank you.
Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds.
He did redeem himself there.
In 1 year. In 2002, he led the Giants to the World Series. They lost to the Angels. But by the way, maybe the best example of this is Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, Kershaw.
Aaron Judge.
Yeah,
Aaron Judge had a bad postseason. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
So, I mean, there are guys that struggle.
Yeah, and by the way, in the case of Bonds, he did have a postseason where he redeems himself. Clayton Kershaw, 2-0 during the series with Tampa in 2020, so he was able to contribute there, but traditionally not good in the postseason, although I wouldn't say as bad as Harden has been in Game 7s.
Yeah, especially
that's just
the
stunning.
last 4 Game 7s have been staggering. All right, we'll take one more. Travis in Oxnard. Hey, Travis, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Good afternoon. So going back to a conversation you were talking about yesterday as far as different jobs, industries, as a Bulls fan, John, I'm kind of curious from you. If you woke up tomorrow as Mark Eversley, now, besides calling Lisa and trying to explain to her the Freaky Friday incident that you're in, what's the first thing that you would do? You know, this team is kind of middled. They've been in the play-in basically every year since its inception. You know, what do you do to get out of that? When they were traders at the deadline, I kind of thought they were maybe going to shoot to the bottom and maybe try and start their rebuild. What would you do, John? And then would you give a percentage on the likeliness of them getting Giannis? Thanks, guys.
All right, so he's talking about the Bulls, right?
Yes.
They're, you know what they are? They're in exactly where you don't want to be. They're in the middle. Yep. Like he said, they make the play-in every year.
They've been in the middle for a long time.
Right, and part of it is they've had injuries to guys like Lonzo. I like Josh Giddey. I like Kobe White. I like Patrick Williams. I thought it was good that they got out of the Zach LaVine contract.
Yep.
But they got to make a decision. They either got to go for a rebuild or they've got to sign some big free agents and go. They're in the middle, and middle is never good.
Yeah, really tough spot to be. All right, there you have it. There's your Sports Graffiti.
Is now Caliendo?
Caliendo's at 2:15. The great Frank Caliendo is going to join us at 2:15 for some goofiness. I want to say thank you to BetterHelp, brand new sponsor of Sports Graffiti. If you are having any troubles in your life, you're having anxiety or depression or relationship problems or whatever that is, definitely take advantage and talk to somebody. Let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti, sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com. Mental health is health. Mason in Ireland. Oh, let me tease something. Is it smart to take a college course about becoming a social influencer? And there's just one guy with the Lakers who can never win. We'll do that coming up. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
ESPN LA is black and gold. Follow LAFC on the quest for trophies all season long. Every match, every pass, every goal.
Oh, Olivier! He drops to his knees and implores the heavens.
The home of LAFC is 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there. which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Right now at Park West Bicycle Casino, the progressive jackpot is over $3 million, and when it hits, it'll be the biggest jackpot ever won at any LA card room. Poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, even baccarat, all eligible for the progressive. Brand new players who sign up for their player rewards get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino, where the stakes are high and the rewards are massive.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GAR-001292. GAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
Adam Schefter here. When the draft clock is ticking, you've got to pick the best talent, regardless of position, to fit your team's needs. Well, if you're hiring for your business, you want to find the best talent for any of your roles. That's why you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful technology hustles to find qualified candidates for your job immediately. And if you see a standout candidate, ZipRecruiter lets you personally invite them to apply. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason in Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
Arlen, does your mom follow you on social media?
I don't think so. I've never asked her.
My mom does, like a hawk. So yesterday I made a post. I've been doing a lot of TikTok. You on the TikTok?
No, never.
It's actually pretty good. You can go to... my TikTok handle is @VeniceMace, same as Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. She reacted. I put a post up yesterday. In case you didn't know, we said goodbye to our puppy dog, Sophie, this weekend. She went super peacefully and grateful for an 18-and-a-half-year life. But my mom
that's a good run.
That's a great run. My mom responded, beautiful, sassy, loved, catered to, loved Sophie. She had the spirit of my mom. She did. I wouldn't be surprised if she was my mom's mom, Gable. She was very stubborn like she was. All right, so mentioning social media. John, there are influencer classes at many schools, including SC and UCLA, Ivy League schools, all that stuff. Now, is that a legitimate class to take?
It is, in the sense that so many schools offer it. Now,
right.
The question is it a waste of your time and tuition to take it? I guess they say that the number one thing, particularly young women are clamoring to, like when they fill out a high school, they go to a high school guidance counselor and they say, what do you want to be? What do you want to do for a career?
Right.
And I guess most of them write influencer. I mean, like, it's a real thing.
Sure.
So to me, I wouldn't study to be an influencer. To me, I think it's just a weird world where I don't. It feels a lot like crypto to me. It doesn't. I know you like crypto. I mean, for some people, it makes total sense. For me, I don't get it. So I would not pursue being an influencer.
And yet
How about you?
And yet we know so many people are making a living at this.
Right.
People, by the way, that don't have 1 billion followers. There are people with 100,000 followers who are making bank right now on social media. So I understand it, but I also think it's important for us to understand what social media influencing is. Don't you think the average person doesn't realize the work, the time, the effort that goes into it? I mean, I've watched documentaries where people, it's like their full-time job. Like, that is what they do. They are social media people. Brian, have you seen stuff like this?
Yeah, kind of similar to like the streamers, the people that stream their day, or like the vloggers,
video
kind
games
of deal.
and stuff like that.
It is there's no time off kind of deal.
Yeah,
They're doing
it's
24/7.
It's 24/7.
It is a lot of work.
The show's always on, basically 24/7. Like, you can't stop. Like, the camera's always on you. Basically, that's what I feel like an influencer is.
Yes. It is. It is. In Ireland, the two leading jobs right now are influencer and entrepreneur. Everybody know people who are walking around saying they're entrepreneurs?
This reminds me of that scene in The Social Network where Justin Timberlake picks up Dakota Johnson at a bar, and they go back to her dorm room. She's at Stanford, and she says, "What do you do?" He said, "I'm an entrepreneur." And she says, "So you're out of work?" He goes, "No, I'm an entrepreneur." "What have you created?" He goes, "I created a music service that allows people to download music for free." She goes, "Like Sean Parker?" And he goes, "Exactly like Sean Parker." And she said, "Do you know Sean Parker?" He goes, "Nice to meet you."
Yes.
And so
there are people out there doing stuff.
Yeah. I think
I always think of this story, John. So back when I was doing the Snyder Show, one of our regular guests was Rod Lurie, who
wrote The Contender, right?
So he's telling me every time he comes in, he was a regular guest, "I want you to read my screenplay. I got a copy in my trunk."
I love that movie.
I'm like, okay, fine, I'll read it. It was The Contender. I read part of it. I'm like, this is really good. Turned into a gigantic movie. Driving around with this screenplay
Jeff Bridges,
in his truck.
Joan Allen, Gary Oldman.
Such a good movie.
William Peterson.
That was not Aaron Sorkin.
No.
It felt a little like Aaron Sorkin.
No, Rod Lurie wrote it.
Yeah. Didn't it feel like, it felt like Sorkin, I thought.
A little bit.
Because it was optimistic about politics.
Yeah, except...
Like, who can be optimistic about politics?
Well, except what Sorkin wouldn't do is what Lurie did, and that is basically fabricate a scandal that they didn't want Joan Allen, the Republicans, I think, in that case, didn't want Joan Allen to be vice president, so they made up a scandal that she... when she was in college, had all these sexual things that she did, and they completely made it
Although Jeff Bridges came out and gave the big speech in front of both houses of Congress, and she was approved.
Yeah, the thing I love about Jeff Bridges in that movie as the president is he just keeps ordering food.
He
whole
loves
movie.
the cookies. They've got these big raisins. They're like grapes, he says. So funny. All right, so Rob Pelinka finished 6th. In executive of
I'm surprised
the
he
year
finished that high.
Voting. By the way, I was surprised too that he finished that high because because he was an agent and because he negotiated against a bunch of these guys.
He will. I've said this to Rob. He will never win executive of the year, and I think he's come to terms with that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because as an agent, he took a lot of these GMs to the cleaners, and now they're never going to vote for him.
Now, here's what's interesting. It's hard to argue with the top 4. Sam Presti, Oklahoma City, the winner. Kobe Altman, Cleveland. They've had a surprise big year. Trajan Langdon, Detroit. Again, big year. Raphael Stone, Houston. Again, really good year. Then Lawrence Frank from the Clippers finished above Rob Pelinka from
Always
the Lakers.
does.
That is so friggin' weird.
No, here's the thing. The year Rob should have won Executive of the Year, I think they gave it to, I don't know if they gave it to Lawrence, but they gave it to the Clippers.
Yep.
That was the 2020 bubble year. I've given this speech before. Rob, who is Kobe's best friend and the godfather to Gigi, they are tragically killed in a plane crash. The Lakers are the best record in the league. They're killed in this plane crash. We all thought, all the people that work for the Lakers, thought Rob's taking a leave.
Yeah.
There's no way he can go through this traumatic of an event and still do his job. Then the season gets derailed by COVID. Rob not only doesn't take a leave, he goes down to Orlando and puts himself in the bubble for the entire time the Lakers are there. Leaves his family, and Rob's married to a doctor. He's got 2 kids. Leaves them. Goes to Orlando. Mace, he was rebounding for people in practice because they were only allowed to take a certain number of people.
Right.
The Lakers win the title without ever going 7.
Sure.
Okay. Rolled everybody, got 1 vote.
Yeah.
I mean, he's never going to win it.
He got 1 first place vote this year.
Yeah. For the Luka trade,
Come
I'm
on,
sure.
the guy made the Luka trade. The guy also made the DFS trade. By the way, the Luka trade was originally going to include Dalton Knecht and the second first-round draft pick they had available. He talked him down. I mean, I think Rob Pelinka is probably never going to get the credit he deserves. So when we do sports graffiti, people just call in and blast Pelinka over the Mike Muscala trade from years ago.
Which Magic did.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so, but Rob, I mean, I remember we had him on shortly after that, and I think maybe the guy in Denver got Executive of the Year, and Rob immediately, like, we said, you should have won that, and he goes, look, that guy's a great guy, and he did a great job.
Sure.
And I'm happy. He goes, what I want to win is the title.
Yep.
And they were able to win it that year, and so he got it. But I would not. There's a Laker tax. You won't see a lot of Lakers win MVP. You won't see a lot of Lakers win Sixth Man of the Year. You won't see him win Coach of the Year. Phil Jackson won Coach of the Year once. I mean, come on. He's the greatest coach ever. So there's a Laker tax, and I think most people that, like me, that work for the Lakers who know what's going on realize it from the beginning.
Sure.
They're just never going to give it to Rob.
Coming up next for you, what Rich Paul talks about, why the Lakers fell short this year. He talked about that on a podcast, the Chris Haynes podcast. Plus, if you're going to buy a team jersey, do you want the franchise advertisers on it? We'll do that coming up next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Bergie, there's a part where I'm walking and I'm standing with Clinton and I see you walking in the background. I'm like, oh my God, did I screw over Bergie in some way?
I am not worried about that.
Yeah,
in the
I don't think
slightest.
anyone's taking the Cappy Lappy that serious.
I do like the Cappy Lappy though. We've done it a few times.
Yeah, the virality is going crazy. Yeah, it needs a song, George.
That's what the song should be.
Yeah.
No, it's the Laffy
like
Taffy.
Laffy Taffy,
But somebody
yeah.
should call it. We should do like a parody version. Call it the Cappy Lappy. The Cappy Lappy.
Yeah, you know what else it needs? It needs a partner in it.
Hold on. Play the song. Play Laffy Taffy for Cappy.
The clean version.
Yeah, the clean version.
Please, the clean version.
Wait, you don't know a Cap?
Let me hear it. Oh, yeah. The Cappy Lappy. Oh, the Cappy Lappy.
Yeah.
Cappy Lappy.
See, we can do that.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
The NBA 82 game grind is done, and now the real fun begins. The NBA playoffs are here, and DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered as an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Make it a playoff run to remember with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FNH. That's code FNH for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Tuesday afternoon. As I like to say, it feels good to be a P1 of the biggest show on the radio, doesn't it? Mason and Ireland continues right now on 710 ESPN and on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Is it raining?
It was when I was driving.
It was a little rainy, yeah. Hey, this Saturday, it's going down. Cappy, Travis, and Morales. You remember we did the Children's Hospital auction for all these cool live experiences. Well, they are calling Metro Little League live from Lake Center Athletic Park in Santa Fe Springs this Saturday. First pitch is at noon. It's Classic Little League on our YouTube channel, ESPN LA. Let's go. It says at the end, let's go. So that's what I said. All right, Ireland. Rich Paul has commented on the Lakers and why things went wrong this year. He was on the Chris Haynes podcast. Listen to this.
Just really didn't think that the roster for the Lakers was anywhere close to a championship type roster, and that's not making excuses. It's just a fact. And it's very hard to build a team for today and tomorrow. It's like anything else. You got to have, the cupboard can't be bare. You got to have assets. You got to have cap flexibility. You got to have draft capital. You got to have guys that's developing into or playing at a level in which you're getting a production and they might be making X amount of dollars that's not as effective to your salary cap, but you're getting, you may have a guy on the roster at $8 million, but you're getting $20 million production out of that player.
So I'm not sure where he went. The part of it that jumped out at me, he says the Lakers weren't anywhere close to a championship roster. Now, I would disagree with that. They're a big man away from being competitive for a championship.
But that's a pretty big missing piece.
It is a big missing piece. Size and depth.
Right, and they didn't have either.
No. He said it's hard to build a team for now and the future. That is difficult.
Yeah, but I think they'll go address it in the offseason. I think that there will be at least 7 to 8 more or new faces on the roster next year. I think they're going to completely revamp the team.
Yeah. You think that a gigantic overhaul?
I think 7 to 8 people will be different. If the 15, of the 15 spots on the roster, I think 7 or 8 will be different.
Wow.
I think it's that. I mean, just the nature of going out and finding a center. I think LeBron will be back. Luka will be back. Austin will probably be back unless they get a big trade.
And after that?
Dorian, they'd love to keep.
He's got a player option.
Yeah, and so hopefully he
Rui?
But Rui might have to be, he makes the right amount of money to be sent out in a deal. So it depends. Like if they go out and sign a free agent center.
Yep.
If they go out and sign Steven Adams or Brook Lopez, they don't need to get rid of anybody. But if they go trade for somebody, they're going to need to put money in that deal. And that's when you start looking at the other contracts.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, size and depth are the two things that they were missing in that Minnesota series. I'm surprised at the amount of turnover. I guess I would think those 5 guys that played the entire second half of Game 4 are probably likely to come back.
So then
the most trusted guys.
Right. Then you have 10 open spots.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think 7 or 8 of those will be different people.
Okay, John, did you see any of the photos from the crazy Met Gala thing they did?
The jerk parade?
The jerk parade.
Yeah, I did.
I thought what was interesting is so many people. This is going to sound weird. We're not wearing any pants. Like they were working around the concept of pants. That was the theme last night. It was no pants night at the Idiot Parade.
Yeah. By the way, has there ever been a family, regardless of what you think of them, and I understand this family is polarizing.
Yeah.
But just in terms of physical attractiveness.
Yeah.
Those Kardashian girls are beautiful.
Girls, yeah.
I mean, between Kylie, Kendall, and Kim, they just stopped traffic.
Yep.
All 3 of them.
Yeah.
And so I thought they were a big hit. I thought Nicki Minaj looked great.
She did look great. I thought Diana Ross, she had like a 170-foot train on her dress. Did you see that? It took all those guys to carry it in.
Who was the guy that wore the piano on his back?
Andre 3000, Outcast.
Andre 3000. There
I
you
thought
go.
that was a good idea.
I've got birdcage on my head when I get to go to the.
But Anna Wintour has to approve it. Did you hear the big scandal?
Who did she not let in?
No.
Oh.
Anna Wintour had a stain on her dress.
No, you're kidding me.
No, and
my
the
God.
New York Post found it, and they zoomed in on it, and it was the big thing last night.
Because Anna Wintour, if you've ever saw Devil Wears Prada, that was sort of
Meryl Streep was loosely based on her.
On Anna Wintour, who's the. Is there still a magazine? Is she still
yes,
the editor
she is
of a
the
magazine?
editor-in-chief of Vogue, but she's looking to replace herself.
Oh, is she? But is it anymore? Isn't Vogue just Vogue.com?
Yeah,
or is there actually
and
a
they're
physical
looking
magazine?
for a new editor of Vanity Fair too.
And that's also
Do they still sell magazines at the airport?
Yes. My wife has bought all of them.
By the way,
how
that's
I know.
the one place where I will occasionally pick up a magazine.
Is in the airport?
Is in the airport. So I got something to read during takeoff and land. Oh, speaking of which, we're going to go to New York a couple of weeks from now, and we always fly into Newark. Did you see that whole Newark thing where they lost contact with all of the airplanes in the air for a minute and a half last week?
Were there any accidents?
There were
because
no
of it?
incidents, but the air traffic controllers could not talk to the planes, and the planes could not talk to the air traffic controllers.
Have they figured out why?
Well, so, I think I don't know. I'm sure it's pasted together and it's working now, but I'm not flying into Newark ever again. After that, would you fly into Newark after hearing that?
I have no choice. We always fly into Newark.
Do you?
Yeah.
Even though they lost contact with the airplanes for 90 seconds.
I can only control so much.
Hello, LaGuardia.
If the Lakers want to fly into Newark, I'm flying into Newark.
Do you guys fly into Newark?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best airport to fly into if you are going to Manhattan. Because you're right there. You just through the tunnel and you're on the west side of Manhattan. But yeah, no, I'm not flying there. All right, we're going to do some What's Up Fool coming up next. In the meantime, it is my honor to talk about a brand new partner. It is BetterHelp. So you guys know that I have all through my life talked about mental health issues, whether it's depression or anxiety or struggles at work or relationship problems, all that stuff. Now there is somebody to talk to. For Mental Health Awareness Month, BetterHelp surveyed 16,000 people across 23 countries for the first ever State of Stigma report. They found that while 75% of people believe it's wise to seek support, only 27% of Americans are in therapy. When people hesitate to get help, it doesn't just affect them, it impacts their families. With over 35,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform. They have served over 5 million people globally. It's convenient, too. You can join a session with the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, switch therapists at any time. We're all better with help. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout. Get 10% off your first month. Here's an opportunity for you to talk to somebody. BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Back tomorrow at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
I always wanted to be on the field crew for baseball.
Yeah,
I never got to do it. I want to do that.
So here's when the kids were in Little League, doing field prep is the sweet spot.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
Because it's
dragging the field.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
It's quiet. You're outside.
That's
it's
cool.
Sunny. I love it.
Turning on the sprinkler.
Spraying the dirt with the hose.
Love it.
Dragging the field.
I bet when you
got to
bring out when it rains and you got to bring out the tarp.
Oh, no.
I always wanted to do that.
That looks like hard work. I'd like to avoid
fun.
hard work.
And I would mess it up and I'd get run over by the tarp.
It happens occasionally
I know.
where somebody stumbles and they just, by the way, that would be terrifying. Stuck underneath that thing. Right? That's not like a piece of saran wrap. That is
stuck.
a heavy-duty piece of
stuck.
vinyl or whatever it is.
I may have to bring out the
really
Rambo
scary.
blade.
I would lose my damn mind if I got run over by that cylinder.
I'm getting claustrophobic.
That would be crazy.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Your next Subaru is waiting for you at Subaru of Glendale. Check this out. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Sport CVT for just $299 a month plus tax for 36 months. One at this payment. VIN S37-03172. MSRP $31,935. $33.99 due at signing. Call 888-855-6434 or check out SubaruofGlendale.net. On approved Tier 1 credit through Subaru Motors Finance. No security deposit. 10,000 miles a year. Model code SRD-21.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
This PGA Tour moment is brought to you by True Green.
With 8 holes to play at the 1986 PGA Championship, Greg Norman, the world's #1 player, led Bob Tway by 4 shots. However, the lead quickly vanished. On 18, Tway's approach landed in the bunker, while Norman the edge of the green. Tway proceeded to hold his bunker shot for an incredible birdie and victory.
An incredible, unbelievable birdie 3.
True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Tuesday afternoon. As I like to say, it feels good to be a P1 of the biggest show on the radio, doesn't it? Mason and Ireland continues right now on 710 ESPN and on the all-new ESPN LA app.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Thank you, Brian. I'll kick us off here today.
Cool.
So a couple days ago, the man, the myth, the legend, Jim Harbaugh was on the Rich Eisman show.
Yeah.
And he had a quote that when I heard, I just couldn't stop. I'm like, oh, this is totally Jim. So he said in the middle of the night, around 3 or 4 in the morning, he randomly wakes up thinking, quote, I just have to get Justin Herbert to the Hall of Fame. And he was, asked about this, and he's like, this is, Rich, this is a random thought you have in the middle of the night. Yeah, just wakes up, instantly first thing on his mind is, man, Herbert belongs in the Hall of Fame. So a little two-part question here. Do you love that optimistic of your coach just thinking about you, while you're sleeping? And then do you have any weird, 3, 4 a.m. middle of the night thoughts that you wake up just,
Well, as you know, Brian, I'm already awake at that time of the night.
You don't dream.
You've
lost the ability to dream.
I've lost the ability to sleep. But I think it's weird that has Justin Herbert even been named All-Pro yet?
I'm sure he made a Pro Bowl team, but I don't think he's been named.
He was Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, it just seems not that he can't make it. I mean, he's a talented guy, but that, it would be the equivalent of J.J. Redick coming out and saying, I wake up every day trying to get Shake Milton in the Hall of Fame. I mean, nobody's talking about it yet. You know what I mean?
I tell you what, I do.
Or maybe Dalton Connect would be a better.
Yeah, sure.
Person.
Sometimes I do wake up in the middle of the night and I have the ambition to make a little note to myself because it's something I dreamed or an idea I got, and then I think to myself, no, I'll just remember it. I'll remember this one. Then when you wake up the next morning, there's no possible way to remember what you were dreaming at that time that you didn't write it down. That the lesson
you
is
could do
write
what John
something
Tesh
down.
did and leave a message to yourself.
Yeah, the round ball rock. But yeah, no, there's definitely ideas happening in the middle of the night.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, this is from Variety Magazine, or Variety.com now.
Okay.
Stephen A. Smith is fulfilling a lifelong dream. The legendary sportscaster is going to be on Law & Order this Thursday.
Oh, that's great.
He will be playing a sports agent that's found stabbed to death. So he's going to be playing a murder victim. And the whole episode will be around solving his murder.
Oh, nice.
Basically. So the question...
So he's basically the dead guy.
He's the dead guy.
He's the body.
He's the dead guy.
Mason and I have been asking for this for years. We wanted to be killed on The Sopranos. We wanted to be killed on The Wire.
That's my question, guys. What show would you want to be killed on, and how would you want to be killed?
Oh, to be killed.
All right, so we got to look. We can't do past shows. We got to look up at the current show.
I would like to die on The Last of Us, which there are many opportunities to die, and it's my favorite show of the moment.
Let me think about this.
Now, I would love to have a walk-on
movies,
role
too.
or a part in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Also, movies too. You can be killed by, Jason or Freddy or something, or aliens or something. Yeah,
aliens. Sure.
Okay, so you mentioned Curb. What I would like is there's a couple of Curb episodes, like the Black Swan episode's very famous, where Larry gets in a fight with the Black Swan on a golf course. Larry kills the swan, and they try and cover it up.
Yep.
And it's Kyoto is the swan,
Yes.
and Mr. Takahashi, the owner of the golf club, suspects Larry, and it's one of those deals. But there's another episode I would like to be in something like this, where Larry yells at a guy so much for playing slow.
Yeah, I remember
golf,
this. Sure.
That he has a heart attack and dies.
Right.
And then Larry shows up at his funeral. So I would like Larry to somehow kill me and then have to deal with the consequences.
You could be again the dead body.
Yes.
You're the dead body.
Well, that was your question,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Funch? We have
Brian,
to-
how do you want to go?
Kind of similar to The Last of Us, something like that. Maybe like The Walking Dead style.
Walking Dead,
but,
good too.
main character execution style.
Yeah, execution
get
style.
the line
Yeah.
line.
So The
something
Walking
like that.
Dead, would you come back as a zombie then?
Yes. Then you
Well, not if it's
then
execution
you
style,
stick a
'cause you got no
mushroom on
brain.
your head, and you're like
Got
off to the
blasphemous,
races.
yeah.
I love the giant mushroom guy in episode 2. That was great because basically that is a mushroom, right?
Yeah, it is a mushroom. Yeah.
Giant mushroom man.
Quartersteps.
Yes, exactly.
What's up, Foo?
So I saw this quote here before the show started. Draymond had another podcast, his podcast, right after their series with the Houston Rockets, and apparently had, some things to say about Dylan Brooks. Nobody respects him, but he said, quote, for not shaking anybody's hand after the game that he is a, quote, sucker. So my question here is, are we kind of past the, the hugging, the handshakes after the games because it happens so often? Or does somebody miss that? Do you also consider them a sucker?
A sucker.
Sucker.
If I don't shake hands?
Right.
I would.
I
once
would.
it's
I
over.
would too. I mean, I don't want to be a sucker. Do you want to be a sucker?
No, apparently.
Who's the sucker? The guy that
Dylan
shakes
Brooks,
hands or the guy that doesn't?
The guy that doesn't. The guy that, is sad, per se. Pouts in the corner.
Yeah, it depends. Dylan Brooks, I might not shake his hand. He is such an a-hole. So I might be a sucker there, but I'm not generally going to be it.
Yeah,
What's up, Foo?
I like the. It's nice to have a handshake and all that stuff.
Well, I mean, don't take yourself so seriously, Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, come on.
What's up,
Sucker.
Foo?
All right, guys. Speaking of TV, as my last question, reboots are happening like crazy in
Yes,
Hollywood
they are.
with TV, movies, and everything. I just saw this. Desperate Housewives will be rebooted.
Okay.
Led by Kerry Washington. I guess a list of reboot TV shows, and I just wanted you guys to just say yay or nay.
Okay.
Will you watch it or not?
Got it.
So Desperate Housewives, yay or nay?
No,
Don't need it.
I didn't watch it the first time. No.
Clueless. Clueless is going to get revived.
A movie or a TV show?
A TV show.
They tried to make it a TV show after the movie came out in the mid-'90s. That could work. That could work.
Yeah,
That was a really
I wonder
good
if
script.
she's attached to it.
She is attached to it.
She is.
Alicia Silverstone
Alicia
is attached to it.
Silverstone.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got a
Reportedly.
shot.
This is your boy, Mace, Bryan Cranston.
Yes.
Malcolm in the Middle is going to come back for 4 episodes.
They are shooting it right now up in Canada.
Yay or nay? What was it? You interested?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see. I love
Malcolm in the Middle too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. One Tree Hill. Never watched it.
No, never watched that.
Yeah, what's weird about One Tree Hill is that was basically a coming-of-age show set in North Carolina, and it ended because the showrunner, who actually came in studio once, Rick Fox was on that show.
Oh, that's
Get out of here.
And Rick brought the showrunner in, and then he got accused of basically, like a lot, like in the Me Too era, got accused of being
The showrunner
handsy.
did?
Yeah, with all the females, and then the show died.
Okay.
So they must have a whole new showrunner because they couldn't have brought that guy back.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not that guy.
All right, guys. Friday Night Lights. Yay or nay?
I never saw all of the first one, but the ones I saw was very good.
Everybody loved that show. I never watched it. Is that the same cast?
I don't think it's going to be the
That's
same.
Connie Britton and Kyle Chandler.
Mika Kelly.
Yeah, well, all the
Michael B.
the
Jordan.
people
They've
that,
all outgrown it.
yeah,
the
they're all
players.
too old now. They're all like 40.
Scrubs. Yay or nay?
Nay.
It was very funny.
I
Never really got into
I
it.
never liked
Never really
Scrubs.
got into it.
Yeah, it was never my jam.
Let's see. One more. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Is she part of it?
She will be a part of it.
I think probably that works.
People
love a good
I support
vampire.
anything tied to Freddie Prinze and
Exactly.
his family,
Shout out
so
to him.
I'm all in favor of this.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
100%.
What's up, fool?
I got one of these national days today, one that I actually like, I hear it and it's not so cheesy. National Teacher Appreciation Day.
Oh, yeah,
So it's
sure.
one of those things very important in life. The teachers have a big impact on us, especially growing up. My question here is, have you guys had any teacher that you remember that's like, oh, you could point to them, this man, this woman, this one had this impact on me, and I'm here because of them today?
Go ahead.
Yeah, for me, yes, it is definitely Johnny Myers, who was a teacher. She was my English teacher and my drama teacher, and she was tremendous, weird, nutty, had unorthodox ways about her, but it absolutely worked. And she's the one that gave me a lot of confidence to speak in public and all that.
So I think a lot of this, inherent in your question, Brian, a lot of this is timing. That you happen to come across a teacher at a time, and Mason used the right word, where your confidence is now high that you can do anything, and then they point you in the right direction. I had several people like that, but my favorite story like this was 5-6 years ago. We were talking about something like this, something similar, and I said on the air, I go, my psych teacher at Corona Del Mar was a guy named Mike Marino, great guy. Me and all my friends took his class right when we had our maximum confidence, and he encouraged us to be goofy and
Right.
And after the show, I got a message on Twitter. Hey, Mike Marino is still teaching. Here's how you get a hold of him. And I called him. I got him to a Laker game with his daughter. I got to catch up with him. I got a picture of me and him hanging out.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I think everybody has a teacher like that, but a lot of it depends on where you are in life. Because if you're not ready for the mentorship or the instruction, it doesn't do you any good. But if you're at a stage in your life where you have confidence and you're looking for, all right, what am I going to do next? And you get a teacher that points you in the right direction.
Yeah.
That's the guy you remember forever.
Yeah, I had so many good teachers, and I went to public schools. I had so many good teachers. Miss Baden, Mrs. Brazeau, who just passed away, Mrs. Kesson. All these people were such a huge part. Johnny Myers, the most important. I still stay in touch with her too.
Oh, do you?
That's what Facebook is for, to stay in touch with your high school teachers. Yeah.
That's right. Shout out Kirby Moss, Humboldt State.
There you go.
Great guy.
Humboldt State.
What subject did he teach you?
Journalism, actually. He was one of my journalism.
When you were in
guides.
college, what did you like? If people asked you, what do you want to do for a career? What would 20-year-old Brian Cohen have said?
Definitely sports journalism. Yeah, that was
right. So you got into the business that you targeted.
Right,
Probably
I did,
not
yeah.
exactly how you thought you would.
No, when I went to college, my first year and a half, I was undecided. I didn't have
Undeclared,
like, the major.
like most people are.
And I feel like that's a good choice because then you don't know at that age what you really want to do, and then you take college is a different animal to where you actually find out what you like to learn and stuff like that.
Sure. I could not name a college teacher.
Really?
No, couldn't name one.
Oh, I
never went to class, so I didn't get. And you are. I had no idea. I skipped classes the entire time and then tried to ace the exam at the end or write a paper at the end. But
you and
I did not go to
lived
class.
very similar college lives there, my friend.
Class. Who needs class?
What's up, fool?
I got one more here for you
Okay.
guys. So MLB, MajorLeagueBaseball.com put out their first MVP race of 2025. No surprise in the AL, it's Aaron Judge, Bobby Witt, and then Alex Bergman currently in third.
Yeah, Bregman. Yeah.
Bregman, that's right. The NL one I thought was kind of interesting. They have the current leaders is Fernando Tatis Jr. and then Pete Alonso with Ohtani in the 3 spot. It had the caveat on there is, does he pitch? So my question here is, let's say, Tatis and Alonso have way better years offensively than Ohtani.
Yeah.
Ohtani pitches 5 games. Does that just automatically shoe him into the NL MVP?
It puts him in the race,
Yeah.
yeah. But he would have to put up similar numbers to like what he did last year and then add the pitching to it, and that's how he passes those guys. But if the Padres keep winning, Tatis has a really good chance. As long as he doesn't get suspended.
And by the
again.
way, Alonso, if the Mets keep winning too, he's off to a tremendous start.
And by the way, he was available to anybody who wanted to go
That's
get
right.
him, and nobody did.
Yeah, they put him with Juan Soto. Juan Soto's off to a really slow start, but Alonso's on fire.
That's what I got for you today.
That's what you got. All right, excellent. Thank you very much. I was just sending a message to Johnny Myers for National Teacher Appreciation Day. Coming up next for you, let's do. If you're buying a jersey, do you really want the team's advertising on it? Plus, did you see what Jeff Goldblum was wearing at the Met Gala last night?
No.
Okay, we'll do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Looking for all things black and gold? Tap into LAFC Plus, hosted by Dave Denholm and Mario Ruiz.
This is LAFC Plus. He's Mario Ruiz. I'm Dave Denholm.
React to the latest match. Get ready for the upcoming game. Get exclusive interviews. Plus, a look around the rest of the MLS.
This is what LA is about. Not just being in the big games, but also winning.
New episodes of LAFC Plus drop weekly. Available everywhere you get your podcasts and on the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Are you ready for the NFL season? The schedule release is coming, and we know the best place to get your tickets this year. My friends at Vivid Seats. They're seriously legit, and you earn rewards on every purchase. That's basically free football games. When that schedule hits, don't wait around. For the best selection and all the great deals, head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in your game days now.
NextGen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. NextGen is the absolute best in the biz and have thousands of five-star reviews to prove it. Looking for an all-star deal on home comfort? Call NextGen. For just $14.99 a month, you'll score year-round coverage on all your heating, air conditioning, and plumbing needs. You heard that right. For just $14.99 a month, you'll experience year-round coverage and comfort. No unexpected timeouts, just total peace of mind. NextGen members receive annual heating and AC tune-ups, water heater flushes, plumbing inspections, and more. Plus, unlock guaranteed 2-hour priority service appointments and unlimited free diagnostics for your friends and family. Sign up today to become a NextGen VIP. NextGen is the only name you need to remember to keep your home safe and comfortable all season long. Call 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXTGen or visit nextgenaironplumbing.com.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXTGen.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Yesterday, at the end of Sedano and Cap, Cappy lost it because Sedano and Momo went too deep on ball.
You two ball knowers are in the league, and you guys started going deep
not
ball
that
talk.
deep.
I thought it was pretty deep.
Fred Van Vliet is deep?
Not Fred Van
Guy's
Vliet.
a champ.
It's not Fred Van Vliet is deep. It's just that, listen, I'm not telling you it's bad. I'm not telling you that.
I mean, you said you fell asleep.
Well,
That's not ideal.
A better way of saying it would be I became hypnotized. I was listening rather than contributing. Prior to that, the first 35 minutes of the conversation, I'm in.
Right,
the last
because we
5
were
minutes,
talking nonsense.
Right, the last 5 minutes when it got too deep into what moves might happen.
Deeper. Remember, Axel Foley said you got to get deep undercover in Beverly Hills Cop?
I'm only deep undercover?
Yes, you're not deep.
Got to get 3 levels of deep.
Correct.
Understood.
Will the fisticuffs spill over? Supercross Talk at 3 p.m. with Mason and Ireland, Sedano and Cappy. The LA Afternoon Drive takeover right now. More of Mason and Ireland on 710 and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Let's deliberately go really deep on ball during Supercross Talk.
Why not?
Find the wonkiest stuff you can find,
Okay.
like stats and numbers and stuff, and just throw them and get them going through
See if we
Cappy's
can
head.
spin Cappy into a confusion
Exactly.
vortex.
By the way, Cappy, Travis Rogers, and Morales calling Metro Little League live from Lake Center Athletic Park in Santa Fe Springs this Saturday. First pitch at noon. It is a classic Little League event on our YouTube channel, ESPN LA. Let's go.
Wait a minute. It's Cappy, Travis,
and Morales.
Yes. Who's the play-by-play guy?
Travis has got to be the play-by-play guy. Cappy's the color guy, and Morales is Cosell. Right? Cappy's Dandy Don.
Yeah.
Travis
Has Travis ever done Little League Baseball play-by-play?
Somehow I think he's capable of it. I don't know if it will be quite as formal as doing a Lakers game.
Well, here's my worry, that Morales and Cap will not let Travis get a word in edgewise.
That is true.
So
Morales is definitely going to talk a lot. Anyway, that's Saturday. You can watch it on our YouTube channel. That's part of our Children's Hospital Los Angeles fundraiser with all kinds of unique events that we did a couple of weeks ago. So last night at the Met Gala, or the Parade of Idiots, is that what you're calling it?
Jerk Parade.
Jerk Parade. There you go. Jerk Parade. Jeff Goldblum, who I think is one of the funniest guys on a red carpet or an interview situation, he'll just say anything. He was wearing a watch with 162 diamonds. Guess how much it was worth? Just a watch.
$7 million.
$7 million? My God, no.
250,000.
Yeah, 1.2 million. John went super high. How much did you go?
$7 million.
That's like a block of gold on your wrist. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a lot. But 1.2 million. I couldn't even wear it. I would be so freaked out,
either.
so nervous.
It's like having a really, really expensive car. I'd be too nervous to drive it.
Yeah, me too.
Did you see Heidi Klum?
No. What was she
Heidi
wearing?
Klum was wearing a $10 million necklace.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And they these are like loners. And I heard that a security guy, when there's a piece of jewelry like that, a security guy follows you around to make sure nothing bad happens to the whatever necklace or the watch or whatever that is. But that's crazy. That's crazy. Wasteful, really. I would never spend that much on a watch. My Apple Watch is good enough for me. Do you wear a watch?
Not anymore.
Yeah. I like my Apple Watch.
I used to everywhere.
Tells me my steps, all that stuff, which is good. All right. So, John, the Valkyries, a brand new WNBA team.
Yeah, that's the Golden State Warriors WNBA team.
They are selling jerseys. And
I do not understand this story.
This one makes no sense to me. So, in the case of this, everybody's got a patch now on their jerseys, every team.
Yeah, but in the WNBA, they have corporate sponsors on the front and the back, sometimes different sponsors.
Got it. So the Valkyries, if you want to buy a game jersey, you got 3 options. You have to pay more if you want the jersey with the corporate logos because it's authentic. Now, why do you need a jersey with the corporate logos?
You don't. And as a matter of fact, wouldn't you prefer one that doesn't?
Hell yes.
Because the corporate logos are always going to change. This happens a lot in soccer.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah.
Like Manchester United had Chevrolet for a lot of years, and then they changed it to AON or ION. And so I was just saying it'd be great if I could get a jersey that had no corporate sponsorship because then it would never be out of date.
Yes.
But in this case, you have to pay more to get the sponsors.
Right.
I would pay more not to have them. Wouldn't you?
Absolutely. To me, the patch-free jersey is the one I want.
And that one's like $79, and the one with all the corporate sponsors is like $180.
Yeah. Some guys want to wear what they're wearing on the court, though. They want to,
Are you among them?
I don't mind an ad on a jersey, but am I going to pay more for it?
Okay.
No, I'm not.
For example, you got to figure you're going to have a jersey for 10 years.
Sure.
All right. So if you bought a Laker jersey 5 years ago, you would have the Wish logo on there because it was authentic.
I do have a Laker jersey with a Wish logo on it, too.
Okay. That's now outdated. Now it says BB Go. So if you had no sponsor, your jersey would never get outdated. Do you follow?
I get that, but I mean, some people want to, hey, this is what
it's
some
official.
People are jersey connoisseurs, basically.
You're kind of aren't you?
I like jerseys. Yeah, I wear. I have a lot of jerseys. Actually.
Shoes. You got a million pairs of shoes.
So does Briones.
Yes. Yeah. I like jerseys. Yes, and I do have a 96 jersey, or 98 jersey, like something like that. You could tell the difference, but from I guess the labels or whatever.
I will say this in modern sports: if you told me, "Hey, Ireland, I'm going to buy you a jersey from like your favorite team," like if you want to, you buy me a Laker jersey, a Dodger jersey, a UCLA jersey, I would always go back in time. Because let's say you say, I want to buy you a Dodger jersey, or I want to buy you a Laker jersey.
Okay.
And I say, okay, I'll take Anthony Davis.
Yeah, then where
Gone.
are you? Yeah.
But if I say I'll take Magic Johnson, it's timeless.
Yeah, right.
If you offered me a Dodger jersey, I would take Jackie Robinson. It's timeless.
Sure.
You offered me a Rams jersey, I'd probably take Jack Youngblood.
Yeah.
Timeless.
Yeah.
Or Eric Dickerson.
Or Aaron Donald.
Yeah. Because it's always going to be
relevant.
Appropriate.
By the way, I see people wearing irrelevant jerseys all the time. People who got traded, and Rams games, I see people wearing jerseys for other teams.
At the draft,
I saw somebody at a Ram game last year wearing a Jared Goff Rams jersey.
Yeah. People
at the drafts, the NFL drafts, the NBA drafts, people like to wear the jerseys of people that are like the most obscure players. That's the best jersey that you can find. Like people like to do that.
Interesting.
If I said Ram jersey, I'll buy you any Rams jersey, but you get to pick which jersey. Which one are you picking?
Lawrence McCutcheon.
Good one.
My favorite player from the 70s.
Good one.
1,000 yards every year. Rams never went anywhere.
What about a USC football jersey?
I would say USC football. You know what? Who I think is a really great, solid Carson Palmer.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Is he retired?
Yes. Carson Palmer has been retired for several years.
Yes.
I might take Reggie Bush.
That's a great one.
I might take number 5.
Yeah. Dodgers starting lineup is out today.
No Mookie, right?
So here is the official lineup. By the way, Teoscar Hernandez goes to the injured list. James Outman called up from Oklahoma City. Here's the lineup. And you're right, no Mookie. Ohtani leading off. Andy Pages, who had 2 hits last night, batting second and playing right field. Freddie, Will Smith batting cleanup in place of Teoscar. Muncy at third. Conforto, who had a hit last night, in left. Miguel Rojas at short. James Outman in center field. And Hae-Sung Kim batting ninth at second base. And last night, in case you missed it, Hae-Sung Kim had a great game, had his first hit in the 5th inning, had his first RBI in the 6th inning, came home on a Shohei home run. Everybody had a stolen base last night, second stolen base in his second game. I'm really excited about him right now. And I think, if you think about it, if you've got a base stealer at the bottom of the lineup, if they start getting on and Ohtani is there, Ohtani drives them home, I think the lineup makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody, big Dodger fan today, about your idea to move Ohtani down in the lineup and give him more RBIs, and he hated it.
Oh, did he?
He said that the reason you leave Ohtani up there is because that's what he wants. And why go again? He's kind of like LeBron in that way. You're not going to cross him unless you have to. So if Ohtani says, I prefer to hit first, you would still move him anyway?
Yes. Oh, well, no. If that's what he wants, I mean, star players get what they want. If he wants to bat leadoff, he wants to bat ninth, he wants to bat sixth, you put Ohtani where he wants to be.
But I think that, you've been making a pretty solid argument that it would make a lot of sense to move him to second or third because he would have more RBI opportunities. Teoscar Hernandez, as you point out, leads the majors in RBIs, but he doesn't want that, which for me means case closed.
Yeah, by the way, Dave Roberts has spoken about this. He says manager Dave Roberts put any doubt that Ohtani would be moved down to the lineup. He says, I think we'd be back in that same position of having the lefties back-to-back. So think about that. Yeah, then you got Freddie. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, I just feel that there are guys who are going to perform better than they have, and Shohei will ultimately get those RBIs. He's very quiet in the RBI, although I had one last night. One of his homers, not a solo homer. So maybe Shohei is maybe that bottom of the lineup, which went 5 for 12 last night, is picking up after going 1 for 31 over the weekend. John, I found out from Twitter, a lot of people have landlines.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people are coming in with, I have a landline.
Are the 28 percenters?
Yeah, now I like this. Pete Fristack says, hey, Steve, active 73-year-old. Saw Wilt and Jerry win in 71-72. My wife and I, 50 years, and met Chick Hearn. Had Lakers season tickets back at the Forum. We have a landline and cell phones. Went to UCLA, worked on Rodeo Drive, helped Sinatra, tell John.
All good things.
That's a bit. He put his whole resume
I'm very
in one
jealous
tweet. That's
of
very
that.
impressive.
Yeah. All right. Couple things coming up for you. Frank Caliendo is going to join us. We haven't talked to Frank in a while. He's going to join us here coming up next. And then it's my game today for Game of Games.
Yes.
And Jacob Emrani is coming in.
Oh, nice.
So you have that to look forward to. And then are Sedano and Cap actually doing their show
Word
again
on the
today?
street is yes, they are.
Wow.
Yeah.
Full attendance.
They're
2
on
days
a
in
roll.
row.
They're on a roll. All right, so Frank Caliendo is going to join us next. One of the funniest guys in America. I heard him doing some Barkley. I want to hear some Barkley. We'll do it coming up next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
ESPN LA is black and gold. Follow LAFC on the quest for trophies all season long. Every match, every pass, every goal.
Oh, Olivier! He drops to his knees and implores the heavens.
The home of LAFC is 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Are you ready for the NFL season? The schedule release is coming, and we know the best place to get your tickets this year. My friends at Vivid Seats. They're seriously legit, and you earn rewards on every purchase. That's basically free football games. When that schedule hits, don't wait around. For the best selection and all the great deals, head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in your game days now.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Tuesday afternoon. As I like to say, it feels good to be a P1 of the biggest show on the radio, doesn't it? Mason and Ireland continues right now on 710 ESPN and on the all-new ESPN LA app.
So if you're watching on YouTube right now, the show is always streamed on YouTube. We are joined on YouTube And Comrex.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a full-service guest right there.
The great Frank Caliendo is online. Frank, what's going on, man?
Very high-level audio and video for you guys.
It's impressive.
Very
Yeah.
impressive,
It's
Frank. You've
impressive.
changed
Yeah.
with the times.
I struggled all morning trying to put all this together. but
I'm
we
right
got
there
it.
with you.
I'm glad it worked, man.
Now, Frank, I was thinking about you the other day because I follow you on social, and so I know you're still doing. How many weeks a year are you working now?
Well, I took a lot of time off. Now I'm working a lot to work on a bunch of new stuff. So I've been working almost every week. And
Right,
and
that's
like-
what I thought.
That's great.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's my question. Madden was such a big part of your act, and now that he's passed away, is he?
Wait a second. John Madden passed away?
Yeah, this is breaking news. Hang on a second. Gentlemen, this just in.
So what I was wondering is he still a big part of your act, not at all in your act, or what percentage is Madden still part of your act?
I don't get to it for about 30 minutes. People are usually antsy for it because they paid the money for the tickets. I do some Madden. He's going to be relevant again with this Madden movie that's coming out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
Nicolas Cage is playing Madden.
Yeah, and they called me to audition for the part of Howard Cosell, which made no sense at all. But I think they just wanted me to talk to Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
About doing the Madden.
Now, do you
voice.
have some Cosell?
This is Howard Cosell. That's all I could really do.
Oh, that's really it, huh?
Yeah, that would be the whole movie. This is Howard Cosell. It's got to be
You're
like
still
Groot.
in the impression business, right?
Wait, Frank, did they not even have a conversation with you about playing Madden?
No, I think they wanted an A-lister. I mean, I
Okay.
think that's really what it was.
Yeah.
But they did. My agent called me and said the director and Nicolas Cage want to do a Zoom with you. And I'm like, I don't want to do a Zoom. He's like, why not? I'm like, because I want to hang out with Nicolas Cage. If I'm going to
see the tigers in the cage and all the snakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's my monitor lizard. Enjoy him. You know, I
So-
named him
That's
Pat
good.
Summerall to the 20, to the 25. Take it, John. We're going to steal the Declaration of Independence. Boom. So I didn't. I don't know. I started talking about it, and then the Zoom never happened. So. But I think the Madden thing will become relevant again in terms of that, and just not even being asked to audition for the part of John Madden, I think is funny. Although I'm 5'6", Madden like a 6'5".
Couldn't have pulled that off.
Yeah,
No.
that would have been hard. Well, they could have given you a lift.
So I saw you do a bit, Frank. Hang on. I saw you do a bit about Charles Barkley and how he feels about the NBA right now. He's been complaining a little bit.
Well, it's like going to a bakery and the baker is like, you should be on a low carb diet, right? I mean, let's do Atkins. So I think that's the amazing thing about Charles Barkley to me is he's on a show that's supposed to basically promote the NBA, and he's just always like, this is the most ridiculous stuff I've ever seen in my entire life. This is not the game the way it's supposed to be played, and it's you know, my joke has always been that, and it's real, that he doesn't pay attention, right? That he doesn't even care. They're like, what do you think of the game? I have no idea. I really wasn't watching. But I tell you what, Kim Jong-un is crazy. Vladimir Putin is nuts. These guys are going to blow up the world. So and then in March Madness, Ernie Johnson went to him and was like, during the I think it was the opening round, and he said, what do you think of the first half, Charles? Is like, well, that's a good question, Ernie. And even Kenny Smith was like, it's your job, man.
Yeah, I don't think he knew one player.
Yeah, and he's like number 35, passed to the guy with the blue shoes, and then the headband guy swatted with. Do you know any names? I don't have to know the names. I know everything that's going on. But I don't really tune in to watch the NBA and TNT to watch. I want some analysis, but I want to see what Charles has to say. It's the bits falling apart that make it great, right?
Yeah.
It's the thing when I did Fox and when Riggle did Fox or when anybody, even Jimmy Kimmel doing Fox, you're a pre-taped bit, right?
Sure.
So you're 2 minutes of taped bit. If something isn't good or something's not working, people can sense it, but they can't say anything. So nothing in the middle of the bit can be messed with.
Right.
When they mess with each other on the NBA and TNT and something falls apart, that's the best part. Charles, Shaq having to go to the bathroom. I gotta go. Time to go. And he's got to take a Shaq right now, guys. He's gonna take a Shaq. There's gonna be lots of matches, knucklehead. That's the stuff that happens, and it's it's honest and natural and real, and those are the things that make that show not just the best show. I think probably best sports show. It's one of the best shows, if not the best show on TV, just because you don't know what's going to happen.
Right. They don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
To your point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Frank, can you still do politics in 2025, or do you try and stay away from it?
Well, I don't do actual politics. I do the character voices.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to hit things that don't really make anybody mad.
Right.
But I do start out with the Trump stuff, and I just go with stuff that's like he's like Houdini. He has the ability to get out of almost anything. The stock market goes down 3,000 points. He's like, look at this graph. It's a bad graph, and a lot of people are saying it can't get any better. But if you turn the graph upside down, look at what happens. It goes up now, and we're doing very well. We're doing very well with upside down graphs. And then I got to balance it out with Joe Biden, which, my first joke is I've got a Joe Biden impression. I'm not getting to it yet because it's just wandering around backstage right now. So I even it out. Folks, come on. When I was a young man growing up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, 30, 40, 500, 500. He's like a drunk auctioneer. Joe Soul, the guy in the blue hat. Come on. So it's just kind of, it's not. I don't get into although I have been putting tariffs on some of my jokes lately as Trump.
Well, you can't go wrong there, yeah.
I have been doing that a little bit. I did a joke about Canada tariff, huge tariff. It's gonna pay off in the end. It's gonna be very, very. I do library Trump, by the way, too. It's like they're very quiet, very shh. We're going alphabetically. It's gonna be very good.
Frank, give me something obscure. I love a good obscure impression.
What's obscure to you? I lesser known would be like a John C. Reilly. Did you touch my drum set? Did you touch my drum set? Mark Ruffalo. I see this as an absolute win. I had no idea that this was even doable. Or Paul Giamatti. I believe that is one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Really great.
So those three voices are related. If you go. So I've done this before on social media. So it's Kermit the Frog here. Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here. So if you take Kermit the Frog and then Fozzie Bear, waka waka waka, that's nasal and throat. Okay, throat. So if you take Kermit the Frog, hi ho, Kermit the Frog here, and then you bring it down a little bit, it becomes John C. Reilly. Did you touch my drum set? Like I said before. Now you add some air to it, and it becomes Mark Ruffalo. I see this as an absolute win. Now. Bring it down even more, and it becomes Paul Giamatti.
Wow.
And I do not or will not accept a freaking Merlot. It's not happening. Now, if you bring it back up, okay, if you go back to John C. Reilly and you go a different way, and you put it a little tighter in your throat, it becomes Seth Rogen. I had no idea it was even doing that in there. And then if you tighten it up even more and higher, it becomes Joe Rogan. Jamie, pull that up. Oh, my God, that's effing nuts. That's crazy.
Oh, that is so
boy, those
good.
are all good. Hey, Mace, do you know where Frank is going to be in 9 days?
No.
Toledo.
You're playing Toledo?
I only play the big venues, guys.
Oh,
well, that's
my
where
God.
Mason's
That's
from.
where I'm from, Toledo.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's my hometown.
Oh, you were always over at what's the roller coaster park in Sandusky?
Yes, Cedar Point.
Cedar Point.
That's a classic. Yeah, no, you know what, Frank? I used to be one of those morning radio guys in Toledo, Ohio, on 93Q WRQN, and the comic who was playing the weekend always would come over and do the radio, the morning radio. Are you doing that? Do you do that? Do you do a local radio show to promote your appearance in Toledo?
I'm doing one right now, guys.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah, we play big in Toledo. Now, if I asked you, could you create an impression of either me or Ireland, and how long would it take?
Oh, I think both of you have voices that are probably doable, but they would probably take maybe a year. I don't know. Yeah, it takes a long time to get something. Because you have a little bit of the nasal thing, and
yeah, I
John
do.
And John has the deeper type of voice and a little bit of
very booming resonance. Frank.
Yeah, there's almost always a little bit of broadcaster in you, John.
Yes,
there's not over the top baseball announcer, but bouncing ball down the third baseline.
Yeah, a little bit of that. Yeah.
But it's not that far. But you have, because you do so much of that, I think it becomes part of you.
Now, is there ever an impression, like every impression I've ever heard you do is really good? Did you ever try one for like as you said, like a year, and you just didn't get it and gave
that
up?
happens all the time.
Does it really?
There's lots of them that I'm terrible at. I mean, it's just I try not to do them in bits. I work on them constantly. It took me a year to get Berman because they blend into each other. I was trying to get Chris Berman for years, and it just kept becoming Al Pacino. But then, and then it just figured out that it was, say what you will, but nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Back to you guys. You know? So and then it's just there. You can always just get cartoony with it too. If you don't have the dead-on impression, you go for the more cartoon version, which is usually much funnier. The dead-on impression, like the Morgan Freeman, and that's when he realized he could do this one almost key exactly the way he needed to. But then to find other things that go up and down with to make it more of a caricature as opposed to like a sound-alike type of thing.
Right. Now, when he was alive, Madden was, at times he was not flattered by your impersonations, even though we loved them and we thought they were great. Has anyone else ever gone that way? Has anyone else ever gotten mad at you for doing them?
Probably the person who's disliked me the most is Jim Rome. That, ridiculous, incredible. Right now, 3 of you getting this, the rest of you have no idea what I'm doing. But the 3 of you who are getting it are wetting yourselves. Grab the fish wrap, enjoy what's about to happen, because this is going to be great. Dear Jim, what is up? How great is that?
We used to be his lead-in for like years. For like 10 years, we were his lead-in. That's dead on. But it got back to you that he didn't like it.
Yeah, and a couple guys filled in for him from Phoenix, and they had me on that day. And after that, they used to fill in for him all the time. After they had me on, they were never invited back.
Yeah.
We were the opposite. We used to have you on when we would go to the network, and they would have us back. Like, you were the only reason they liked us. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't on the Rome show. And I always liked Rome. I mean, I usually like all these. I like all these, I'm going to call them characters, but the personas. I always think it's fun. I try to find stuff that I like about people and then make fun of that or have fun with it. That's what the Gruden stuff is. I tell you what, man, you guys want to open some boxes, man? You guys open boxes? I love getting boxes. I like to bring in a box that's twice the size of me, limp on in, and then open it up, man. Then inside a box, there's another box. Then inside that box, there's another box. It's like Russian nesting dolls. What's inside that box? It's a Chucky doll, and I'm staring into myself right now, man.
That is so good. Now, did it hurt you when Gruden dropped off the map for a while? Did you have to take him out of the act?
Because I got out of it. I was because I know him really well too, so I didn't.
That's right. You went and did like things with him when he was coaching the Raiders, right?
Yeah. I did that, and I didn't. That's not really what I do. I try not to. People want me to do a bunch of Belichick stuff recently, and I was kind of like, I don't know. I'm sure there's some other people doing it, and it's just not. When I get mean, people don't really like it, so I try to stay on the silly side.
Right.
As they're on their rise again, as Belichick's. I'm sure hopefully he'll have a comeback from this low, that I'll probably mess with something as that's happening, because it's just more more or less the way I do. People will say, you dig into presidents and stuff. I feel that's a little different, and I never do it in a super mean way. I kind of let the audience decide. They go however they want with it, but when you're the most powerful person in the world, I'm like, I can go a little further with that and let you mess with it.
So, Frank, you're playing, let's see, you're playing Toledo, Rochester, Joplin, Altoona. Where else are you doing? Is that a good club in Altoona?
Well, I'm not really playing Altoona, but I would love to. I think I'm doing Pittsburgh. Philadelphia. But yeah, you know what? I like the Midwest and the middle of the country. I grew up in Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Yep.
So I was just in Minneapolis, and it's crazy because I sold out in Minneapolis in 2 hours for two nights. It was just the clubs, but it sells out immediately. So in Milwaukee sold out in like that one was a little bit later. But for some reason, in Minneapolis, it usually takes me a week or two to sell out, and I sold out in like 5 hours.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, I'm thinking about changing my last name to Bargatze at that point. So I don't know, but I've been out of the stand-up because I wasn't having a lot of fun doing it for a while. I was just getting repetitive with what I was doing. So now I've been writing a lot and working on a bunch of new things and putting some of these voices that people know into new situations and different observations and going with that. And it just gets the creative juices flowing and gets going, and it's more fun for me. And people can sense that.
So you say it would take about a year to get me in Ireland down?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. We'll talk to you in a year.
Yeah, I was set myself up for that one.
I just want to say we have both had the pleasure of
It's the first jerky thing I said.
Yeah, he almost made it the whole thing, Frank, without being a jerk.
I remember calling in one time. I was on my way to like the Brea Improv or something. I had a cold, and I remember I had a terrible headache, and I called in because I couldn't make it there. And I really felt like I was bombing. And, there are times where I'm okay and not great on the radio and stuff like that. I get it. But I really wasn't doing very well, and you guys were laughing at nothing. I had a bunch of cold medicine in me, and you just laid into me. And I texted you after. I'm like, was it that bad? And you were like, I don't want to say it. When you're that honest about it off the air, I know it's a bad appearance.
This one, I would give you a good solid 5.
I knew it.
Frank, I'd give you an 8. But I do want to say this. I've had the pleasure of seeing Frank live. If you never have, you got to do it. Yeah. You got to do it. You got to get a crew of people. You'll laugh your ass off. And
I'll get back
to
L.A. or Irvine or something and come see you guys.
Yeah, come hang out. We'd love to have you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. All right. Thanks for jumping on the YouTube and the Comrex and all that stuff to make it
Thanks for making the technological world work for us, Frank.
No problem. Great job by you. Better job by me. Rack me. I am out.
There you go. Say hi to Toledo for me.
There is the great Frank Caliendo.
So good.
The best.
Do you have any impressions?
No. God, especially not on the heels of him.
No,
I mean,
Do you have one, Brian?
I'll try anything.
Do you have a walk-in? Everybody's got a walk-in, don't they? I don't have one, but most people do a walk-in.
You know who does a mean walk-in is Jay Moore.
Jay Moore invented walk-in.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, everybody does an impression of Jay Moore doing walk-in.
Right. Like, if you ask Jay to do it, you close your eyes, you think you're listening to walk.
He's fantastic. All right, thank you very much to Frank Caliendo.
What I need is more cowbell.
There you go. Okay, there's some Christopher Walken.
I got a fever, and the only thing that will cure it is more cowbell.
Yes.
I'm kind of doing Al Davis. You can't do that.
It's in the ballpark, though.
Yeah.
It's in the ballpark. All right, coming up next for you. How committed is Luka to the Lakers? And if you forgot your phone, would you go back to the top of a mountain to get it?
I can't figure out where you're going to come down on this.
It's a crazy story. Right. We will do it coming up next. Don't forget this Saturday at Lake Center Athletic Park in Santa Fe Springs. Cappy, Travis, Morales calling Metro Little League live. First pitch is at noon. That's this Saturday. Classic Little League on our YouTube channel, ESPN LA style. Let's go. Right.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your house.
With over 30 years in the business and more than 20,000 real estate transactions, Seller's Advantage offers a much better buying experience.
We don't charge agent fees, you pay no commissions, and you make no repairs. Seller's Advantage will show you a no obligation as-is cash offer and can close in just a few days.
Just check out our Google reviews and see for yourself.
Call Seller's Advantage today or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
It can be. My boy Leo and the crew at Active Collision are there for you. They're the experts at taking care of your business. I'm dealing with it right now. Hit and run. The back of my truck was smashed. I thought it was just a simple fix the tailgate. No. Leo said, boom, boom, boom. This is a problem, Bethel. Let me take care of it. 626-330-0100. 626-330-0100. You'll get a 50% discount on your deductible when you let them know that 710 sent you. Or check them out on Instagram at active.collision.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hey, it's Cap. Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, no commissions, no open houses, and no costly repairs. With Seller's Advantage, we'll make you a fair, competitive cash offer with no surprises. Check out what one of the sellers had to say. Seller's Advantage was a lot easier, faster, and more rewarding than listing my house. I worried about getting a low offer, but theirs matched the value I was hoping for and much higher than their competitors. They gave me time to decide, and the process was friendly, fast, and anxiety-free. I highly recommend Seller's Advantage. Call Seller's Advantage today. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free, no obligation cash offer. That's sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage. Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Tuesday coming up at 2:45, Game of Games. Then Super Crosstalk with Sedano and Cappy at 3 p.m. How Sedano and Cap's show ended yesterday.
I'm not shying away from it. I think that when you start going ball deep,
Cappy, let me tell you something. Let me tell you how I know you're wrong.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
When Marcellus left here and I started doing afternoons, and it was just like one day it was Ramona, one day it was Mina Kimes, one day it was Dave McMiniman, one day it was Trudeau, one day it was Kirk Morrison.
Yeah.
Those days, some of the highest numbers the station's ever had in afternoon drive.
That's not what I'm saying.
Because of ball knowers.
That's all ahead right here on Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN and on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I said listen to
John, this man.
Bob Seger,
80 years old today.
No kid.
The big 8-0.
Still performing or no?
I don't know if Bob Seger's still doing anything. He's from
Detroit.
From Detroit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up with Bob Seger. Met Bob Seger, saw him in concert a whole bunch of times.
So I've told you this story before, but in the great Eagles documentary, which I think is the best music documentary ever made, Glenn Frey is an 18-year-old guitar phenom in Detroit. And he's playing in a club, and Bob Seger walks into the club and goes, "Hey, we're going on tour this summer. Do you want to go with us? We need a guitar player." Glenn Frey goes, "Are you kidding? I would love to." He goes, "I just got to ask my parents. I still live at home."
Yeah.
So Bob goes, "Well, ask your parents. Call me tomorrow." So he goes, asks his parents, and they say, "Well, we're not going to take that chance away from you. Go, have fun." A week later, she catches Glenn Frey's mom catches him smoking weed in the basement, and she says, "Sorry, your punishment is you can't go on the Seger tour." And Glenn Frey says, "Screw you, I'm moving out."
Wow.
And that was the start of the Eagles.
Yep.
He moved to California, met Don Henley, and they were off and running.
So, John, there's a mountain climber in Japan who was rescued twice in 1 week.
Yes, under very suspicious circumstances.
So he climbed up Mount Fuji, which is the tallest mountain in Japan. It's 12,000 feet above sea level. But he had altitude sickness, and he got, I guess, airlifted down from Fuji. But he forgot his phone. So he climbed back up.
Now, but first of all, he climbed up to Mount Fuji, got stuck,
Yes.
had to be rescued.
Had to be rescued.
Then they bring him down. So
Right.
he's back down the bottom of the mountain. He goes, oh, I forgot my phone. Then
Then he goes back up the mountain, climbs back up the mountain to get the phone. I don't think he ever made it, right? He got sick along the way and had to be airlifted off of the hotel. He fell ill again at about 9,800 feet and never did get his phone.
does he not believe in the cloud?
Yeah, what about the cloud? I mean, I don't know where it is or how it works or anything like that, but it seems like everything we do is
But
in a
like
cloud
right
somewhere.
now, if I jumped in the ocean and this phone became a paperweight,
yeah,
isn't it all in the cloud?
It's all in the cloud, right?
Believe it or not, some people don't put stuff in their cloud.
But don't they back up
Isn't
their phones to the
isn't
cloud?
it free?
It is free, but some people just don't. I mean, I don't know.
They don't go through the actual act of signing up for the cloud,
Or just sometimes the storage that they have might be too big to back up everything on a cloud or back up anything on a cloud.
Right. Yeah, that's the problem. I've deleted.
Yeah, I get that right now. I have a bunch of stuff.
It
I
says
can't.
disk
I can't.
is full. I'm like, what am
Yeah,
I
what
supposed
am I supposed to do? What am I
I'm
supposed
just
to
going
delete?
and
What am I supposed to
deleting-
delete? I
I'm
can't delete
deleting
anything.
everything.
Come on.
Videos are
Okay,
the
good.
biggest piece of your crowded disk. Crowded disk. I almost think I'm. But John, the cloud thing works perfectly. If my toilet, which had my phone, where it fell in, if it didn't go well, if I would have gotten another phone because it's all upstairs. It's all in the cloud.
I'm sorry, you dropped your phone in a toilet?
I dropped my phone in a toilet.
Well,
It was actually
you'd
here
be
at work
you'd be
last week.
surprised how many people do that.
I get it.
It
yeah,
was a clean bowl. It was a clear bowl.
Okay.
I don't know, clean.
I'm glad.
but clear.
I'm glad for that.
Yeah.
Had the flush started yet or no? Did you
No,
have
the
to
flush
reach
had
in
not
and
started.
save it
I
from the
reached
flush?
in, grabbed it, then I took it over to the sink and I put soap on it and I washed it.
And
Did
that
you
didn't
stick
help,
it in
right?
rice or
Yeah,
something?
you have to
No,
stick it in
no.
rice.
The thing is, with the new iPhone, it's water resistant. It's not waterproof, but it's water resistant,
But if
so
you
it can get a little
water
bit.
in the jack, doesn't it?
It's okay. You can get
Wow.
water in the jack.
That's,
as long
I
as
didn't
you're
know-
like a 15 or above.
So nothing happened to your phone. It was okay.
Correct. It was okay,
Okay.
except it was in a toilet.
Okay. Well,
But had it been worse, I would have gotten a new phone and gone to the cloud.
Hey, you teased this, so I want to pay it up before
Okay.
we get to Game of Games. Tim McMahon, you had a story yesterday about Tim McMahon, who wrote the book on Luka Doncic.
Yep.
Was on Dan Patrick's TV show yesterday, and he was asked, how convinced are you that Luka will stay with the Lakers? Here's what McMahon said.
I would be shocked if there's not some sort of extension this summer.
Okay.
And what that looks like, there's a lot of factors. I don't want to bog you down with CPA, minutia, and all that kind of stuff. But with what I know of Luka, and I haven't talked to him directly about this, but talking to people who know Luka well, I think he absolutely wants to give the Lakers, like he's fully committed to LA now. His heart was broken, but he's fully committed to the Lakers. And, his goal now is to win championships with that franchise.
So there we go.
Yep.
A good sign that Luka is in it for the long haul. Let's hope.
Tim would know. Tim would know. If anybody knows, it's Tim.
All right, so Jacob Imrani is here.
Hey!
He'll play Game of Games
Nice.
next. This is my game, but it was written by a listener, Bill Nuss, who sends me games 2-3 times a year, and he sent me a good one, so today's the day.
Cool. We will do that coming up next with Jacob in the house. In the meantime, it's Mother's Day this Sunday. And you got to remember Mom. My mom got flowers from Books. I'm telling you, my mom's always been there for me, guiding force in my life. Love her to death. She's the best. And I always remember her for Mother's Day. You should remember your mom, too. This year, I'm sending happy flowers for a happy Mother's Day from the Bouquets Company. That's short for bouquets. And I got you 25% off your order so you can send some happy too. Bouquets aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms. They're bigger and brighter and last way longer. Wow Mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go for the Bouquets flower subscription so she gets blooms and major joy on repeat. It's easy. Pick your bouquet, delivery date, done. With 25% off, why stop with Mom? Grab some for your wife and your aunt and your grandma, all the women in your life. You cannot forget Mom. Mother's Day, this Sunday, May 11th. Order your Bouquets right now. Go to Bouquets.com. That's BOUQS.com. Use promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's Bouquets.com, promo code ESPN. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Progressive knows not all rides are smooth. Meet Sarah. She loves her motorcycle. What she doesn't love is when it suddenly rains. As she sits underneath a bridge waiting for it to stop, she grows quite fond of the graffiti on the overpass. She really likes the one with John Hart's Claire and wonders if they're still together. Not every ride is smooth, but Progressive has your back. Get an online quote in as little as 3 minutes and see if you can save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in D.C.
Harry Douglas here. Picture this. You're staying at a hotel, about to take an important video call, but the Wi-Fi is slower than 1997 dial-up. You struggle with your phone's hotspot as clients complain about your connection. These stressful situations don't have to happen, folks. When you book a room at La Quinta by Wyndham, you get free, high-speed Wi-Fi to handle critical emails, join meetings on time, and even unwind with your favorite shows. No more worrying about spotty connections. Enjoy stress-free stays with reliable Wi-Fi. Tonight, La Quinta, tomorrow you shine. Book direct at lq.com.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com. Call Jacob. Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle. Call Jacob. Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time, and we welcome to the studios the real deal, Jacob and Ronnie. Jacob, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, but I'm not so all right.
We were just reliving the first round series for the Lakers.
We're all bored
Where it
because all of
went
our
wrong.
teams got knocked out of the playoffs.
It's so boring.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
But we're exciting here.
Yes, absolutely.
No matter what happens, we are
We're
excited.
going to save it with Game of Games.
Yes.
That's
All right,
Let's
today's
go.
game features 4 players: Brian Cohen, Michael Funches, Steve Mason, and Jacob. It comes from one of our loyal listeners, Bill Nuss. Bill sends me games every once in a while. I thought this was a good one. I have a list of names. All of these people are either an actor, a golfer, or a poker player.
Actor,
All right?
golfer, poker
So that's
player.
a game. Actor, golfer, or poker player.
Okay.
All right? Number 1, Jonathan Duhamel. Jonathan Duhamel, Duhamel. Brian Cohen, is that an actor, a golfer, or a poker player? Jonathan Duhamel.
Golfer.
Funch.
Poker player.
Mace.
Sounds actory.
Jacob.
I will go with a poker player as well.
Poker player is the correct answer. He won the World Series of Poker. You're thinking of Josh Duhamel.
That's what I thought, too.
Right.
Who
That's
was on
right.
the TV show Las Vegas, who was a very nice guy and a member at Mountain Gate.
Oh, there you go.
And was at the 2 Laker games in Minnesota,
Okay.
sitting in the front row.
And he has a new show right now going
Yeah,
as well.
good one.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. Dean Winters, Funch. Dean Winters, an actor, a golfer, or a poker player?
Actor.
Okay, Mace. Dean Winters.
I'm going to go golfer.
Jacob.
I'll go golfer too.
Brian.
Actor.
Actor is the correct. He was in Oz, and he's the guy who is. You ever watch the Allstate commercials about Mayhem?
Yes.
He's Mayhem.
Oh, he's Mayhem?
That's Dean Winters.
Also Law and
He's on
Order. He
30
also did
Rock.
Law and Order back in the day.
Yes.
Okay.
Law and Order.
All right, so Funch, I got you with 2. You got them both right?
Yep.
Sir.
Funch
Okay.
on a roll.
Brian 1, Jacob 1, Mace yet to scratch. All right, Mace, this one coming to
Okay.
you. Cameron Young, actor, golfer, or poker player?
That is obviously a golfer.
Jacob.
I would go with poker player.
Brian.
Golfer.
Funch.
Actor.
Mace was right. It's a golfer. He was
said,
Rookie of the Year
absolutely.
in 2022. And Bill writes on here, sounds like an actor's name. All right, so everybody on the board, Brian and Funch have 2. Mace and Jacob have 1. Jacob, this one coming to you.
All right.
Bobby Baldwin, actor, golfer, or poker player?
I am going to go with poker player.
Okay, Brian.
I'll take poker as well.
Funch.
Actor.
Mace.
No, he's a poker player.
He is a poker player. 4 World Series of poker bracelets.
All these last names to throw us
Then
off.
he became president of the Bellagio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right, so
Fancy.
Brian has 3. Everybody else has 2.
Okay.
Brian, this one coming to you. Daniel Berger, actor, golfer, or poker player? Daniel Berger.
Golfer.
Funch. Actor, golfer, or poker player? Daniel Berger.
Golfer.
Mace.
I am 33% certain it's a golfer.
Jacob.
I'll go with that too.
It is. He did some commercials. He's a good golfer.
Yeah, okay.
Good percentage though.
Yeah, I
First-
thought I had it. Yeah.
All right, Brian's got 4. Everybody else has 3. Maria Ho. H-O, Funch.
Whoa.
Maria Ho. An actor, a golfer, or a poker player, Funch?
Poker player.
Okay, Mace.
I gotta
Actor, golfer, or poker player, Maria Ho.
I got to say poker player.
Okay, Jacob.
I'm going for poker too.
Okay, Brian.
Show me actor.
Should have gone poker player. It is a poker player, but it sounds like an LPA.
Yeah.
She also does commentary on the. Wow. So as a result of that,
Tied up.
All time?
4, 4, 4, 4.
Yes.
It's the old Moses Malone. Fo. All right, here we go. The next one going to you, Mace.
Okay.
Justin Kirk, actor, golfer, or poker player? Actor, golfer, or poker player, Justin Kirk.
I am 100% certain he's an actor.
Okay, Jacob.
Since he's 100%, maybe I should go opposite. No, I'll go actor too.
Okay, Brian.
Actor.
Mike Funches.
Actor.
All right, everybody got it. He's in Weeds
Yes.
and in a show called Animal
He was also in The Good Wife.
Practice. Oh, was he?
Yeah, he played her brother.
Okay.
is that-
5, 5, 5, 5. Okay.
Nice.
Jacob.
Let's go.
Justin Leonard, actor, golfer, or poker player?
I am going with poker player.
All right, Brian.
Golfer.
Funch.
Golfer.
Mace.
100% golfer.
He is a golfer. Won the British Open.
Yeah.
I thought that was. I thought that was like trying to throw me off.
No.
No.
So, Brian 6, Funch 6, Mace 6, Jason 5. Let's see how much we
right.
got.
Let's go.
We have 3 left and a tiebreaker.
Okay.
All right. Ray Abruzzo. Ray Abruzzo. Actor, golfer, or poker player, Brian?
Actor.
Funch. Ray Abruzzo. Actor, golfer, or poker player?
Poker player.
Mace.
Actor.
Jacob.
Poker player.
He's an actor. which means Brian and Mace. He played Little Carmine in The Sopranos.
Oh,
the
okay.
yuppie Don.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You want to make the run at Meadow?
Yep.
All right. So Brian 7, Mace 7, Funch 6, Jacob 5.
I feel like the Kings at the end.
You do.
Yeah.
All right, now
Not
Jacob,
to lose to Edmonton.
you need to go opposite of Brian and Mace, okay?
All right.
All right, Mace, this one coming to you.
Okay.
Corey Connors, actor, golfer, or poker player?
He's a poker player.
Brian.
Golfer.
Funch.
Gonna have to say actor.
Okay, Jacob.
Actor.
He is a golfer. Oh! He finished 8th in this year's Masters, which means Brian has 8, Mace has 7, Funch and Jacob are out.
Oh.
Okay. Jacob. This is the last one.
All right.
Brian, if you get it, you win it. If not, Funch has an opening. Or Mace has an opening. All right, here we go. Brian, Dan Harrington. Actor, golfer, or poker player? Dan Harrington.
Show me an actor.
Okay, Mace, that leaves golfer or poker player to you, Dan Harrington.
Golfer.
He's
a poker
He's
player.
a poker player. You're going to kick yourself. You just handed it to Brian. Had you gone
Nice.
with
Thank you,
the
Mace.
poker player, you would have got it. All right, and that's a final. That is a final. Brian gets it.
Good job, Brian.
All right, so let's do the tiebreaker just for fun.
Okay.
How many World Series of poker bracelets have been won by Phil Hellmuth?
Oh, Phil Hellmuth, yeah.
How many World Series of poker bracelets have been won by Phil Hellmuth? Jacob, give me a number.
I will say 13.
Mace?
8.
Funch?
5.
Brian?
18.
Wow. It was
On
your
it?
day. 17 was the answer.
By the way, isn't that proof that poker is more than just luck?
Of course.
You don't accidentally win 17
of them, yes.
World Series of
Yes.
poker bracelets.
Yes.
Yeah. It was Jacob. Are you just going to sit around until the Rams start up again, like I am, or what?
No,
what-
you were at LAFC this
So
week, right?
no, right now I'm putting all of my energy into LAFC.
Okay, good.
I've been to every single game this season,
Nice.
which wasn't the case last year, and just excited about what they're doing. You know, I mean,
Good. We need something to be
needs
excited
sports
about.
and something to be
Yeah.
excited about.
We need wins. We need wins, man.
Yeah, listen, and before we know it, obviously, you know, we see what Luca's doing right now with management. It's
Yeah.
obviously they're putting their emphasis in him. I'm bummed that I wasn't at Craig's because that's my favorite restaurant.
Yeah,
the
I
other
know.
night where they were there.
I hope
but
he had the
it's-
fish.
Yeah.
Do you think he had the fish, or do you think he had that greasy
He probably
chicken
had the chi-
parm?
he
He
had-
probably had the
probably had
chicken.
the
He
chicken.
Hey,
needs
that
that.
greasy.
He should have
that
a green
greasy
smoothie.
chicken parm is excellent.
It is great.
It
but,
is excellent.
But I mean, he should be having green drinks. at
Jacob,
this
last
point, right?
time Mason and I went to Craig, Kate Beckinsale came to see me.
Yeah, that's your favorite.
I
That's-
know.
That's your biggest
She was
crush.
sitting there in
That's
the corner
right.
of the restaurant, and of all
That's
people,
right.
Lisa is the one who noticed.
By the way,
Oh,
there were also many minor reality TV stars
Right.
there that Lisa knew all of them,
You
and
know-
Juan knew all of them.
You know what the
too.
great thing about it is? You know, I'm good friends with Craig himself.
Yes.
And the great thing about it is he always says on Mondays and Tuesday nights, that's when my regulars come in. On Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Friday nights is when people come in who want to see people.
I
Oh,
can't
yeah,
remember what night we went. Do
I
you?
don't remember either,
Yeah.
but I wanted to just make a correction. The chicken parm is delicious. I
Oh,
use
it's
the word
delicious.
but it is absolutely
Yeah,
delicious.
it's like it's one of their specialties.
Yeah, it's one of my
there.
favorite chicken parms in the world. Hey, Jacob, it's great to see you. Sorry you didn't like the rest of the town. Didn't win.
Listen, you know what? The fact that I
Jacob,
get a
you have
chance
something
to-
in common with the Lakers, the Kings, and the
You're
Clippers.
out in the first
out
round,
in round
Jacob.
one.
Just don't put the Clippers in there, okay?
Yeah, no, not
'Cause after
including
the
them.
Lakers and Kings were out. When the Clippers were out, I was smiling.
I
Me
mentioned,
too.
I mentioned to you that over that 8-day period, they went 1-10. Those three teams. The Clippers got the one.
I know.
They got the one.
I know. That's crazy.
But the next one killed him.
That's
hey,
it.
Jay, everybody loves a fighter. When you need a big win after any kind of accident, you want Jacob. He is the real deal. Go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. Jacob, it's great seeing you, man.
Great to see you guys.
Coming up next, some Super Crosstalk. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
ESPN LA is black and gold. Follow LAFC on the quest for trophies all season long. Every match, every pass, every goal.
Oh, Olivier! He drops to his knees and implores the heavens.
The home of LAFC is 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Ticket Thursday alert. Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, Billy Strings, and Sierra Hull all live at the Hollywood Bowl for the Outlaw Music Festival on May 16th. Tickets are on sale now, but you can win yours right here. This Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA, we're hooking up listeners with 4 pairs of tickets to see these legendary artists take the stage. Tune in Thursday for your cue to call and win. The Outlaw Music Festival, May 16th. Willie, Dylan, Billy Strings, Sierra Hull. Presented by Live Nation. Don't miss it.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins. Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Hey, megaphone in tow. It is Super Crosstalk time. We got Cappy in the South and Sedano in the South Bay.
I think.
Yes.
Are you at home today, George?
I am.
Yes.
I realized I was going to be off. I was going to be home tomorrow, but then I realized I had a meeting closer to the office, a lunch meeting, so I figured I'd switch up the days.
Got it.
And my back. John, you'd be proud of me. I know you introduced me to Soothe a long time ago.
Yeah.
Not only have I kept using this one person on Soothe. I got to the point where they said to me, "Hey, I can do it without Soothe."
Oh,
I'm like, "Really? Is it cheaper?" They're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Great." So
Okay,
my
so
back
for
was a
people-
wreck, and I went with a massage this morning.
Yeah.
So for people who don't know what we're talking about, there's an app called Soothe that you can download. The app itself is free.
Yep.
But basically, you can order a massage. Now, George, have you done it when you're working a game on the road yet?
I have not. That Trudell has told me he's used it. I think
do
you
it.
said
Trudell,
you've done it
yeah,
too, right?
Yeah, and I've had great luck with it. Like
Wow.
if I'm on a trip and I'm like you like me, George, some days have to change planes or you're in a lot of uncomfortable seats, and I'll get into a hotel room and wake up the next morning and just be locked up. And 2 hours later, some guy's knocking on my door giving me a massage. It's great.
I love it.
So, by the way, Cappy, this Saturday you're doing a little play-by-play for the Metro Little League.
Are you
at
doing
Lake
play-by-play?
Center Athletic Park in Santa Fe Springs, right?
I feel like I'm more of Travis's color commentator.
That's what we thought. We thought Travis.
We thought Travis is Frank Gifford, you're Dandy Don, and Morales is Howard Cosell.
Right. Yeah.
Pretty good.
I mean, yeah, I think I would compare Morales more to like Dennis Miller in the booth.
Oh, there you go.
You know what I mean? Like doesn't belong, says a bunch of stuff that nobody really understands.
That's good.
And has nothing to do with the game.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
First pitch at noon on Saturday, Lake Center Athletic Park, Santa Fe Springs. Travis and Cappy and Morales.
Yeah, and that's all, by the way, guys, that's all related to our Children's Hospital event that we put on about a month or so ago. So happy to be out there and being part of the community.
That'd be fun.
Hey, Mace, are you cold today, buddy?
Why?
Oh, I mean, just see that jacket looks very warm.
Yeah, you do. You look like you're
Very
auditioning
cozy.
for, like Yellowstone.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, it's like the last days of being able to wear winter kind of clothes.
I mean,
so
we're in May gray. It's chilly outside at times.
It's chilly.
It is. It really is.
We got rain, a little bit of rain this morning too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Johnny, I got a first initial question for you.
Yes, sir.
Now that I have announced to the world that they call me South Bay Cap,
Yeah.
that's something
you're
that
falling
people
in
are
love
now
with the South Bay.
right. I'm now a South Bay kind of guy, and I'm going to be hanging out a lot more in the South Bay now.
You're going to the pool. You're going to the shuffleboard court. You're going to be everywhere.
Tennis
at Del Boca
club.
Vista. Yeah.
I mentioned to you yesterday that I'm now best friends with the president of the local Rotary Club of Manhattan Beach.
Yes.
Not Jan.
Lisa Hamat Lepercio. That's exactly right.
Now, are you going to
That's
join
exactly right.
the Rotary Club?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask John. John, should I
I'm not a
join?
member.
Well, this Saturday night is their big fundraiser.
Oh, yeah.
At the Magic and Comedy Club, and then
Hermosa.
there's the after party, which is at the Playa Hermosa Fish and Oyster Place. So I'm just wondering.
Now, are you actually going to this stuff?
Well, I won't be, unfortunately, at the fundraiser Saturday night because I'm going to be at the Children's Hospital event earlier in the day.
Right.
But, Johnny I was going to ask you, A, should I join the Rotary? All right.
Yeah.
And B, might you and Lisa be going to the big fundraiser
I
this
have
upcoming
not
Saturday night?
been invited to either one of those things, but, Cap, in terms of whether or not you should join the Rotary, my grandfather was a Rotarian. Many people in my family have been Rotarians. If I had more time, I would do it. I think Rotarians are severely undervalued. Basically, they just exist to do nice things for people in cities.
And are they called Rotarians?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And
George, what do you think? Should we join, George? Should we become Rotarians?
I mean, Cappy, if you want to be a Rotarian, I will put it under consideration.
Now, here's the thing, Cap. George and I probably travel too much to be active members.
Correct.
We the problem with Rotarians is you got to go to the meetings, and I'm never in town for the meetings. But
meetings.
if they need someone to speak at the Rotary, they know they can always call me. I'm sure George would do it, and you should do it, Cappy. Basically, you just come in and do 20 minutes of your best stand-up, and then you're done.
Cappy, if you really want to be part of the South Bay community, if you really are committed to trying to be part of this community and want to be part of it moving forward, then I think it would be a great, foray, an entree of sorts.
A prelude of sorts, yes.
Yeah, into your potential move to the South Bay.
Right.
By the way,
this is a good first
Cap,
move.
What night can I take you and Rachel to the 900 Club?
Ooh.
Have you heard about the 900 Club?
I haven't, but is it as funky as it sounds? Because we're in.
It is a private club across the street from Arthur J. Sedano, have you ever set foot in the 900 Club?
I've not, but I know where it is, yeah.
Okay, and Cap, it is your kind of place.
Is it a
And
private
Rachel,
club?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
It's got an upstairs and a downstairs, and you got to be a member to get in,
What do you
or
gotta-
you got to go, or you got to go with a member, of which I am one.
What do you join? How do you join?
You pay them money.
Oh.
Okay, and what do they do with the 900 Club?
Well, Manhattan Beach, Sedano will back me up on. It is often very hard to get a reservation, particularly on a Friday or Saturday night at any restaurant because it's so popular down there.
Okay.
So 900 Club, you can always get in any time of day. They have like 15 TVs in there. It's a great place to watch games. Diamond Dave, the owner, a big UCLA guy, puts on any live music on Friday and Saturday nights. It's your kind of place, Cap.
All right. Hey, Mace, what do you think about, since John is traveling too much,
right,
and George is traveling too much, what if the insiders continue to work the road, but you and I, the outsiders, we join the local Rotary so that we can represent the station and the show?
Well, I'm
what do you think?
already
You and me?
Well, I'm already an elk.
No, and Mace,
you are?
I'm in the Elks.
You should join the Venice Rotary.
Oh, yeah?
Not the Manhattan Beach Rotary.
Yeah.
Every city has a Rotary.
Yeah.
And basically,
Wait, you're in the Elks?
Yeah, I'm an elk.
No, you're not an elk.
I got the hat and everything.
No
You
elk.
have the
You're not an
fez?
elk.
I've got the hat. I'm an
you have
elk.
the Fred Flintstone hat?
It's not quite. That's a water buffalo hat.
Yeah.
It's not like that, but it's an elk. It's an elk hat.
Very impressive.
Wait,
Yeah.
is it the red hat with the tassels?
Yeah.
You're an elk.
Yeah, I'm an elk. I always have.
All right,
been.
well, I'm going to go with Johnny I to the 900 Club. And then when you have a nice big event at the local Elks Club, Station 5458 of Venice Beach, I'd like to go to the Elks Club as well.
You know what I really want to be, and I wonder about, and obviously it's my name, but the Masons. The Masons are like this mysterious club where they think they invented
Now,
everything.
I've heard the term Freemasons.
That's what I'm talking about. Freemasons. The Freemasons. Have you ever heard of them?
Are they like Rotarians? They basically just do stuff for the community?
Nobody knows.
Are they an underground society? They're
Nobody
a secret
knows.
society?
Nobody knows what they do.
Like those Ivy League clubs?
Oh, yeah. The Skull and Bones
Hey,
Club
can I
and
jump
stuff?
in here, guys? My mom just recently got remarried, and she just got remarried to a Freemason. So
Now,
should
what
I
is
be
she,
worried?
really?
Yeah.
No. Find out. Call your mom and find out what do Freemasons
I don't
do.
even know if she even
Are they
knows.
bikers?
I don't
Are
know.
they-
I don't think she
No.
knows.
They invented the government. That's not quite right. They laid out. I watched Nicolas Cage, National Treasure, so I think I know this.
Was he a Freemason?
They had something to do with the construction of Washington and the way it's all put together. But it's
But
super
wait a minute, but
secret.
they're all over the place.
Yeah. Do you know the Elks? Oh no,
What
I
is
can't.
a Freemason and what do they believe? Okay. Freemasonry is a fraternal organization with a long history, tracing its roots back to medieval guilds of stonemasons.
Oh,
While
wow.
not a religion itself, Freemasonry requires members to believe in a supreme being.
Okay, good.
Okay.
And
I do.
often
You believe, Mace?
Yeah, I do. Greg Bergman is the supreme being around here.
All right, Mace, you might be in trouble.
Okay.
Core beliefs include moral development, of which you have none,
I'm always developing my
Charity.
morals. I'm an extremely charitable guy.
and
That I am.
brotherly love. Well, but you got plenty of that.
I got,
Yeah, he
I'm-
loves
look,
brotherly
I
love.
love.
You love the brothers.
Love the brothers. Although I still think he loves the sisters too, just by the way.
Oh yeah, I know you think.
I
that.
knew him when
Yeah.
he did love sisters.
Yeah, no,
when
back
I met
in-
Mace, he's lived with a woman.
Back in the
Yeah.
day. Back in the day.
Wait, Mace, you used to live with a lady when you and Ireland were together
I
on the
did.
radio?
When I moved to California from Ohio,
We
I
once went on a double date
I brought
with
my
women.
I brought my girlfriend with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And?
we lasted, I don't know, about a year and a half. She had a drinking thing, so we broke up. And
I
then
have
I
never
went,
been more-
Then I went with dudes.
Yeah, I've never been. Cap, you will share.
great.
You will share in my enthusiasm for this Steve Mason performance. I've never been prouder of him when he announced her. That girl's name was Diane.
Diane, yes.
And he was proposing a toast to her on New Year's Eve, and he looked right at her, and they each had a glass, and he said, "Here's to the best thing that ever happened to you, me." I laughed so hard I fell out of my.
It's a good toast. By the way, anybody can use that. It goes over. It goes over so well.
Mace, she had a drinking thing, so that wasn't attractive.
Yeah, that was
to
not
you.
a thing, yeah.
Did she kind of realize that you were not into her at all in
No,
any way, or were you able to fake that?
I know. Believe me, I know how it all works.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I know how it all
Okay,
works. Including,
Can I ask a weird
Oh
question?
boy, yeah.
This is
Ask it.
you know my specialty
Yeah. Oh
is
shit.
stupid
Do
questions.
it. Do it.
You're at this point in your life.
Yeah.
You are not attracted to women.
I
correct?
find women attractive, but yeah, I'm not interested in.
Okay.
Wait, but
How
you did
do you
say
get aroused if you're not into the woman, right?
Well, you're into the dude.
No, he means
you're
back then.
with a woman.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
with a woman.
But
Yeah.
she doesn't know that your real passion is for
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Right? How'd you get it?
So
How did you
how
fake
do you
it?
fake that part?
Right.
Well, I absolutely faked it. The whole time I was growing up, the whole time I was in college, I
So
faked
you
it
were
the
able,
whole time.
You were able
Really?
to get aroused, but somehow.
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
I mean, by I'm sure physical contact.
Sure, I
presume?
mean,
Yes.
honestly,
Or you just you're in the middle of a pretty big ruse at that point.
Correct.
You could just go with it.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Tell you what, Mace, Academy Award-winning performance. I'll tell you that right
I
now.
should have won an award because I was so in college. I was so active.
Really? With
I was
girls?
God
so
bless you.
active.
Really?
Yeah.
They all thought you were a dog. They're like, man, that Mason,
guy.
that Mason's a dog.
Yeah,
You
those
know?
Alpha Z's knew me.
Right, like even now, like 30 some
I
odd
did
years
it
later.
3 Alpha Z's.
When the Alpha Z's now talk about, they're like, remember Steve Mason? God, that guy really got around. And some girl goes, he's now out.
He changed
Like,
teams.
Right, and they're all like, no way, man. He slept with the entire sorority.
So I want to ask, on that note, I want to ask you if you guys are going to go deep into ball today. Are you guys going to go deep into ball? Because I love it when Shadano goes deep into ball and Cappy's like, huh?
I'm out.
Well, yesterday
It's like that Luke Robitaille.
Yesterday, me and George and Ramona were having a lovely conversation.
Yes.
About all kinds of things that I found interesting, from yoga to travel to practices.
No, wait. Yoga in OKC. Don't just say yoga.
You know, you're exactly right, George. I really buried the lead there, didn't I? And then all of a sudden, George and Ramona got into a conversation that was so deep into ball about what the Houston Rockets were going to do.
Right.
Yeah, how deep did you get?
So literally, here's exactly what happened. I said
Tell
to
him what
Ramona,
happened, George.
I said, Ramona, what do you Kevin Durant would be dumb not to go to the Houston Rockets, right? Like, that needs to get done. So then she starts going into details of what that deal would take, and Cappy was lost after that.
I got
checked
lost.
out.
Yeah, I got lost.
No, I get it.
I was watching Toronto versus Florida in the NHL playoffs at that point. Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe
by the
they'd
way,
say.
Freemasons. Here's a fact you didn't know.
Yeah. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it.